Racist joke.
Right. So you would say a joke would be like, your son looked like he was born with a 720 credit score, where yours would be 550.
So Roman's son was born with a 720 credit score. My son was born with a rap sheet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, well,
That's not good.
so here's a good one, right? I'd be like, you're more confused than your neighborhood on Father's Day. That is a racist joke.
That's a real good one. That's funny. That's hilarious, bro.
Hey guys, we're back here.
He's lying. We're not here.
Yes, I am one of the hosts with special guest Mr. Casey over here. So, anyways, I am Roman Tressler, aka what's another goofy Twinkle Toes Tressler. Sorry, I'm Roman Twinkle Toes Tressler is over here. Mr. Dex Dapper Dangerous Robinson and Mr. Casey over here. Kareem Abdul Jabbar.
Kareem Benzema.
It's
Number
actually
9.
It's actually Kareem Clark here, joining us today joining us today on A Gentleman's Corner. And if it's your first time, welcome, guys. And here's what we do: we generally talk about anything from religion, sports, politics, you name it, whatever. And while we're doing that, we're usually having a cigar, and the conversations last as long as the cigars are being smoked. So today's cigar, guys.
I that. Why? I like that.
Today's cigar, guys, we're having Brick House, Connecticut.
Cause she's a brick. Damn it.
I like it. It's
I couldn't even get one to just hold.
It looks
to look cool.
You want to hold one? You go
Just to
hold
be
one.
cool.
You want to hold my cigar?
Just for a second.
Go ahead.
I mean,
Just to gently. Ooh.
Thank you.
Rick Ross now. Now he Rick Ross, man.
I like it. Look, it's very patriotic. Red, white, blue.
He
under.
said touch it.
He just got it now.
Yeah.
So
Rick Ross in the building.
So when
take off the
okay, there
band
you
on
go.
the foot here.
I think pissing me off.
It just peels right off, dude.
Grab the wrong part. There we go.
It's like it's his first time smoking a cigar.
Or using a condom. You got it.
What? You use those?
I mean, back in preschool.
Back in preschool, what was going on in your school?
Preschool, but
Back in preschool.
I'll take a swig for that.
With that, we're gonna give it a quick light.
Yeah, we
smoke.
usually started off, Roman's going to give, talk about his cigars. I don't know stuff about this.
Yeah, I just watched it.
I do not taste anything on this draw.
What you mean you don't taste anything? I'll take it.
On the dry draw there, I'm not picking up any kind of flavor.
You supposed to?
Missing it.
Sometimes you can. I don't pick up anything.
Flavor.
Then describe it.
I'm picking up a light vanilla flavor.
I'm not picking up anything.
Yeah, it kind of tastes like bread.
Maybe you're just tasting a wrap.
I mean, flavor's flavor. It's coming from somewhere. You feel me?
Well,
Next step is to toast this
Yep.
motherfucker like bread.
I was trying to say, if there is a flavor, it's very, very mild. This
is a very mild cigar. I can tell just by smelling it.
Actually, it doesn't have a bread. I think you mentioned it, but it has a.
What you thinking?
I don't know. It's slightly sweet, almost.
Yeah, it's a little sweet, almost like a little caramel, like a light caramel flavor.
Can't put my finger on it, but yeah, maybe.
Put your tongue on it.
Definitely. Who keeps?
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, but yeah, you toast the cigar. You toast the foot first. So what that does is it prevents it from really getting overheating your tobacco, which tastes really, really bad and takes a minute for it to go away. And then you can either then smoke it after and start lighting it that way. A lot of times I just continue to heat it like this without drawing in any additional heat, whatever. So there's multiple ways of doing it. Never leave the flame directly on.
Yeah, your way looks pretty sophisticated, while Dapper Dangerous looks like he's just sparking and going.
I mean, hey,
Ooh,
that's what we do around here.
that was good. That was a good one. Hold on.
Oh yeah, I see that. Definitely gonna need a little hit. Start this.
Did you just say hit?
Yeah.
This is not pot.
No, I
We
mean,
don't call it a hit.
It is a
What do you call it? A
That's
pull?
what he's doing is calling a touch up. No, we call it it's called a draw or a puff, and a cigar
It's
it's not a hit.
Hit it.
Yeah.
So what you're doing is calling it a touch up. All right, let me see.
Gonna say hit it like your granddad hit your grandma. Smack it. Bah! Shut up, Betty. Maybe a sandwich. You know what I'm saying?
Turkey.
But hey, chunk it. Yeah, exactly. Right. Turkey on rye.
Hold on.
No tomatoes.
They got cream.
I told you it was like a little vanilla, little. Told you, man. It's a cream filling. You could have tasted because you're used to it.
Light coffee.
It's vanilla
I
coffee.
pick up a nut, probably almond.
Yo.
2 sugars. Get on board some 2 sugars.
And pause. Maybe leather.
It's leather.
Leather has a flavor.
It's leather.
So again, now if you ever work with leather, oh, you know what? Here's a good example. You ever went to go somewhere and buy like a leather belt,
Yeah.
and you can smell it,
Right.
you can taste it at the same time as you're smelling it.
Right,
So
yeah.
that's generally the flavor.
They never got
So
hit
how
with a
do they
belt and it was like, you
create-
taste the leather.
How does somebody create a freaking leather flavor?
You do. So okay. So here's
Put
how.
leather in it.
No. So
No, yeah,
all right.
yeah.
So here's the thing about with cigars, right? So a cigar is 100% tobacco leaves. It's hand rolled. These are premium hand rolled cigars. So there is no chemicals, nothing added to it, unlike cigarettes and stuff. So in order to get different flavor profiles, you got to grow the tobacco in certain regions of the world, in certain places. You got to check the soil content. You got to check how much water it gets, how much sun, how much shade. There's various different type of tobacco leaves as well.
It's like raising a Pokemon.
Yeah. So, for example, if this Connecticut wrapper here, I'm not sure where it comes from.
Connecticut?
No, but that's that describes the shade. Most, you know what's funny? You know what a lot of Connecticut wrappers are grown in? Pennsylvania. Yeah, it's just reference to the shade. But like if this was a Nicaraguan Connecticut wrapper with a Dominican filler, that you would say, okay, Nicaraguan wrapper. Where at in Nicaragua? It could be certain regions up in the mountain, it
Right.
could be in a valley, and those just two differences can give you different flavor. Oh, right next to a riverbank or 50 feet from it's going to give you a different flavor profile. So they are very particular in how they grow their tobaccos, and that gives you different flavors.
So in this case, the leather flavor came from the part of town where they whipped the tobacco leaf with belts.
Yep, you got it. You're on it.
Got you.
That's exactly how it's done.
See, I would have never known that because I would have never asked that question. But that's why I'm glad that you're here.
Yes.
So, a matter of fact, tell the gentleman a little bit about yourself, Casey. You know what I'm saying? Who are you? What do you do? What are your hobbies? What are your interests?
Should I get into like the real life stuff or just like the cartoon character stuff?
I mean, it's the gentleman's corner, so we talk
So-
about real shit around here.
Pretty much KC Kareem Clark, hence KC is just a KNC. And easy is career wise, I am a CDLA holder
Hey,
and I drive semi trucks.
Okay.
I haul fuel.
You don't drive full trucks, just semi trucks.
Just semi.
Semi-
I
partial
never
trucks.
understood that. Why is it a semi truck? And I thought it was because it was like semi automatic, but no, I don't know what it means. But anyway,
That probably is what I mean.
but-
You had to move over there. Look at all the smoke's blowing.
Ain't that some shiznit?
no, but I think it's I don't know why they call it semi.
It's never blown that way. Jesus don't like you.
It's just
So.
doesn't like but loves.
Yeah, that's
So,
it.
That's it.
I remember
Maybe I
told
need to
somebody that.
inhale it to get some.
They said somebody told me they don't like me. I said that's okay if you don't like me. God commanded you to love me, not like me. So you're gonna be just fine.
Anyways, truck driver.
Yeah. Long story less long is haul fuel. And I figured that growing up and building up to hauling fuel, I used to be over the road, drive all 48 states. We had a conversation back in the background, and he said long hauling, they don't call it that no more.
Right.
It's just over the road. And the only long hauling I'm doing is basically long hauling. But long story short, like I said, that's it. I got into the content creation field,
There you go.
and I'm liking it. And,
Yeah, I heard you even like producing some stuff for some people, editing videos.
yeah, I
and
did
all
some
that.
video for some people. They send me their recordings. It looks like shit, and then I take their recordings and I freaking.
It's like you can see the steam rolling off of these drinks.
Is that nice? Is that good?
It's clearly warm out here.
Oh,
But it doesn't feel bad because I got these dang fans going.
It feels good. It feels good.
So
I would say even
you should have seen it when we had the fires. My shirt was
Why did you have a fire?
Bro,
This is
you
a
don't
fire
understand, bro.
This
We
is
was
a-
tripping, bro.
this is a fire
I get it, but why was that?
because aesthetics looks,
And we're in Florida.
Yeah.
And it's like
we were excited and tripping.
and that we've learned, we've grown.
We've done what 3 with the fire, and then after that we're like
3. It took 3 times.
Yeah,
Wow.
We're Polish.
we were resilient.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to make a Polish joke because I'm Polish. Okay, so
Yeah.
on your tits.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
You remember offensive joke stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so
the
like
thing with Roman, and he's a legitimate equal opportunity offender.
Okay.
When we first met, he goes, the first thing he says, "Are you easily offended?" I said, "No." He goes, "Are you a Christian or religious?"
Are you religious?
I
You're
said,
like, yeah.
"Yeah." He goes, "All right, I'm gonna offend you." I told me in a joke.
I don't remember the joke though, but I
It was
did.
something about Jesus. It was hilarious, bro.
I made offensive joke.
All the time. But then he also makes fun of himself. So
Why
I
did you
constantly-
guys start this podcast or corner?
Gentleman's Corner. Well,
Yeah.
Roman likes cigars.
yes, I love cigars. So here's the funny part. This is something I had been mulling around for a long time because wanted to kind of do it with my brothers, but my older brother doesn't smoke cigars as much. My twin brother only smokes whenever I'm around him. He lives in Jacksonville, but he loves whiskeys. Like he's a whiskey kind of like I know
Whiskey
cigars.
connoisseur.
I know cigars like he knows whiskey. He can take a sip of whiskey and
Oh,
tell you the
okay.
different flavor profiles. So we were gonna originally want to do something like that where we can just talk about guy things because you don't find a lot of things where guys can just communicate with guys openly, and free from criticism. And the thing was I realized is I've talked to a lot of gentlemen, a lot of guys, and when it's literally just a bunch of guys, for the most part, we're having conversations, we're fine, even if we disagree. I found what happened was as time goes on, when we started, allowing women into men's circles, that's when things started getting really heated.
Right.
And part of it, I think, was because it was like a Will Smith kind of thing where he laughs but sees, oh, she's upset, I got to go defend her honor. Or it was she's bringing up the energy when it doesn't need to be there. We're trying to have a conversation. And so the idea was I just want to sit down with gentlemen, guys, and talk about whatever. Free from criticism. And the thing is one time what you find too is if you have a Hispanic guy, a white guy, black guy, Asian guy, whatever, we can talk about anything. Most guys will be and we can start telling jokes. Now there's some jokes that some guys just won't cross. Like, for example, like don't make fun of my mom.
Right.
I'm the exact opposite. I'm like freaking poke away, man. Make fun of, I bet you cannot make fun of my mom like I can.
Right. I bet.
So like there's like never a joke that's offensive for me. But a lot of times you're gonna find like they're fine with like a racist joke. And the thing is when you're in a group with guys, everybody knows for the most part it's a pretty safe space, and I don't like the term safe space. Thing is we're all there, and we know that if I'm making a joke, it's a joke.
It's an intelligent
It's an
intelligent space where logic and intelligence is going to trump feelings and emotions.
Yeah,
I feel like to that point, I feel like people might be offended because, I mean, even if you don't know me and you see something on my shoe, it look like you step on dog shit.
right.
People might be like, I don't know you, but it's like, dude, it's a joke.
Yeah.
And
see, and the thing is when you're in a group, especially if you're invited on to something like this, doesn't matter where, and it's a bunch of guys, you're gonna find that you can joke about just about anything because the person that you're talking to understands that there's no malice. It's literally joking around. Now I hate that stupid thing. Well, it starts off as a joke and then it builds up. I'm like, no, it doesn't. You allow it to get to that. I never let it get to that point. How many times has he come to my house and he'll come in, I'm like, or we go to the ranges, and I'll be like, hey, let me use it. I'll be like, don't steal it, like, hey guys, hide your wallets, something like that.
All the time.
And the thing is that people some people get offended, like that's racist, and I'm like, I'm like, were you offended by that, Dex? And Dex is like, no, like, why are you offended on his behalf? I made a joke about Dex.
And you know who do that better than anyone? No cap, women do that better than anybody else.
See, like you could say a joke, we'll all laugh, and when we look to the corner of our eyes, we'll see our spouse or somebody, and they're like, then you have to be like,
look, I'm telling you, I was on a live podcast, Nikki Podcast. Shout out to Nikki Podcast. Check her out, she's dope on Instagram. A lot of great conversations. But My first time on there, I made a comment, and I said, so usually with guys, our relationships tend to last longer than female relationships because women will stop being a friend with somebody if they forget their birthday because women are more emotional. And once I made that statement, I wasn't finished.
I watched that part.
They went crazy. It was girls. Yeah. Oh, we're not emotional. No, no, no. And I'm just sitting there quiet as can be. Bro. It was like an hour straight. I said nothing. And looking at the comments.
Yep, it's a lot of the comments because I was like, because I don't. It's long, so I only watch little sections here and there. Yeah. But what's funny is that was exactly what I was watching that part, and it was literally the women that got emotional about it. We're not emotional, and blah, blah, blah. You're making assumptions, and they got emotional. And
not all of us.
And it was funny, and
well, you're included.
And the comments were finally like, "Bro, they're making a point for you."
Yep. And if emotion was a podcast,
and that was the funny part is that. See, that's the funny part was like, it's not that I can't have a conversation with a woman. It's just that I think a lot of times women also had a hard time understanding is that men do talk differently to women.
Yeah.
We absolutely do. And women don't like that. But when I talk to a woman like a guy, they usually get mad.
Call us mean.
Yeah, but like how many times have how many times have I made fat jokes about myself and other people?
All the time.
And nobody gets mad about it because there's a grain of truth.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, by the way, guys, just to let you know, I'm putting it out there because it holds me accountable. I used to be a weight loss coach.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
I used
certified. He was good.
Then I got hurt really bad. I blew my hip out, and then like a year later, I twisted my ankle really bad at the range.
Dang.
So I gained all this weight back. So I'm working on losing it. But here's the goal, guys. Every week I'm trying to put out a new podcast. So the goal is to lose 2 pounds every week.
That's dope.
So by me announcing it, you all get to hold me accountable.
Yeah. God damn.
You all get to hold me accountable. The goal for me is to get down to 185. That was my happy weight. So I don't know where I'm at right now.
I was at 185 like 3 weeks ago. Now I went to 175. I gained like 2 more pounds.
Yeah.
All I did was change my diet, bro. I lost 10 pounds just by
for me
eating between 12 and 8.
Eating right is eating right for me is not hard. What I hate I'm a lazy person. I've never liked working out. And that's the hardest part for me is just going to exercise, getting my steps in, my walking in. Anyways, and I wanted to throw that out there before I forget. But back to the whole thing here so guys talk differently to girls. The guys talk differently to other guys. Well, at the one range when there was Buck and well, we were Buck Wild, and we
had nicknames and shit.
We were calling each other these things. We were insulting each other.
Nasty.
We were making fun of each other, and we had a blast doing it. Nobody got offended by it, and that's the thing where there's no more the community for guys have all gone. It's been invaded by women.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with women having their women's space.
Yeah.
But men need to have their space too, where they can literally socialize with other guys.
Yeah.
Open up and. Thing is, men are not like emotional. We have emotions, but we open up very differently with other dudes too.
I think
so. So now I was thinking, you hear women like, "Oh, you guys need to open up and be more emotional and talk about emotions." We don't talk about.
I was just gonna get into that because it's crazy. I just had a conversation with a female, and she was more of like, she has a hard time knowing the guy that she's involved with, and I'm like, okay, well. Why are you against? Why are you so mad about that? Well, he takes his time with his guy time. She feels like he takes it more serious or prioritize that over her. And I'm like, well, maybe when he's with his guys, he doesn't hear the nagging.
So another thing that happens too is you're not wrong. That's one thing. Another thing too is if there's a problem. Let's say I have a problem, and I'm just because. You guys would be surprised. Alex will come over and just sit down with me. I'll have a cigar. I'll just sit down with a bunch of dudes and just without recording anything. And on camera, I'm not going to sit there and spew my life's problem. We'll talk about issues. And the thing is I'm not judging the other person. They're not judging me. A lot of times, here's what's going to happen. We might insult each other a little bit. Like I'm just going to throw it out there. Let's say I got in a fight with my wife and I'm upset about something. He might be like, yeah, bitches, and blah, blah, whatever. But then all of a sudden he's like, dude, but you know what you really should do?
Yeah.
He's going to give you a word of advice. So the thing is that guys don't talk like women talk. When guys talk, we crack on each other.
I told you about that.
Yeah, we rip on each other, but at the same time, we also understand that nobody gives a shit about you. But like nobody cares about that. Okay. other men don't care about other men. Your friends will care about you, so like that. But what happens is you kind of be like, dude, like I've done it to a lot of people. I'm like,
to the club.
I'm like, dude, get over it.
Yeah.
And then guess what's also going to happen? I'm like today's example. I kind of got on you guys a little bit, not so much about the time issue, right?
Yeah.
We're still good, but that's what guys are going to do. And like, here's what we're going to do. If you can't be on this time, tell me the correct time.
True.
And hey, if you can't do something, whatever, like if you're not in the right headspace, suck it up, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But here's what I want you to do to help you get better.
It's kind of what we talked about compartmentalizing stuff a couple weeks ago.
Men will tend to do that with other men. We do try to build each other up, and how we open up is not the same as women love. I'm not going to cry and say, I'm so sad about this. My feelings were hurt. Men don't do that. Men don't open up that way. And it's not because it's how society programmed us. Literally, that's just how it is.
It's just not in you.
That's facts.
You can hit your toe and you'll be like,
yeah, bro. It's facts because like, like he said, he had the idea forever. I finally smoked a cigar with my friend. I was like, I could probably get in this. It's something I wanted to do for a long time. I've always wanted to get into cigars,
and I love teaching people about cigars.
Yeah, but one of the cool things too, as well, or I should say, in addition to that, as opposed to using the word, but we always had these great conversations. We have them on the phone, me, you, Duran, other people. And I realized that in today's world, because relationships are so important, because at the end of the day, every man's goal is to reproduce. You know what I'm saying? He needs to have a legacy. The best way to have a legacy is to build something up and then leave it for a child. Because then your legacy, if without children, your legacy basically going to last one generation, then it's over. You know what I'm saying? So we want to continue that. In order for us to do that, we need women. So in a lot of spaces like this, it's always about trying to correct the woman. And we do talk about that as well. But we talk more about being a man. You know what I'm saying? Things that is necessary to be a man. Because at the end of the day, we don't hate women.
I
love them.
Married. I've been married more times than I can count. You know what I'm saying? It's just, we like women.
Yeah, that's dope.
No. No.
I thought Florida education was bad, but that's New York education.
Testing 1-3, but now test 2. What about you? Such a make joke.
That's offensive. I'm offended on behalf of other Jamaicans.
You should be.
Because you just saw, I don't know if y'all follow this stuff, but those guys down in Miami, I don't want to call their name if you guys aren't with that, but like they freaking got demonetized on YouTube.
Fresh and fit, bro.
Fresh and fit.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah,
you can.
So like,
well, I'll shout out
like Frank.
Dude, I shout out Cigars daily on this thing here because I love that YouTube channel and I'm not associated with them whatsoever.
Okay, cool. So, I guess like,
you don't like
somebody,
you ain't gonna like us.
I guess the wrong person got offended in online. They report, and then it got to the right person on YouTube, and then they took
that's
them
cancel
down.
Culture.
Exactly.
And we talk about
cancel culture, which is the dumbest thing in the world. Just don't watch this freaking channel.
Exactly. And like, being that I have my YouTube page, KC340 Slice Network. There's this one guy.
Say that a little slower.
KC340.
Okay.
And it's a Sliders Network. It's a YouTube channel. Follow that if you guys see fit. But the point is, somebody left a comment. They were like, "Oh, I hope you're not unloading because deliver fuel. I hope you're not unloading while you're shooting a video. That's not safe."
Who said that?
Some random person in the comments, and I'm like, I'm not gonna respond to them on the comments because that's what they want. But it's more like, 1, why is it not safe? 2, you don't even know what's happening behind the scenes. And 3, who gives a shit? Don't watch it.
I check stupidity at the door.
You know what I mean?
Look, most of these people don't know me personally.
Right.
When have you ever seen me upset?
Yeah.
When have you ever seen me upset?
Yeah.
I don't get upset. There's only one thing in this world, Kareem, that I have a trigger for, and that's some stupidity. Shit. That's it, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, you can do so many things to me. I'm cool, bro. Cuss me out, talk crazy about, like, I can take so much abuse. But the one thing I can't stand, bro, stupid ass shit. I can't do it. Because that right there, I'm like, bro, let me ask you a question. So, like, I would ask a question. Oh, okay, what's unsafe about it? Please,
Right,
hey,
right,
educate
right,
me,
right.
because clearly I don't know.
Right.
And then I would watch them reveal how retarded they are.
True.
And then I would leave the comment and say, hey, you know that when you got to be careful when you talk a lot, because when you talk a lot, everyone knows how smart you are. But if you're silent, no one is quite sure.
True.
Hope you understand the lesson.
What's saying? It's better to be quiet and thought of full than open your mouth and remove all doubt.
Yeah.
So you guys are saying, like, if somebody was to watch something that you guys post or whatever, you would be privy to responding?
I would respond to the dumb shit. Yes.
You know,
I'm that guy.
It depends on the situation, because I have other YouTube channels, stuff like that. Every now and then I'll get a stupid remark, and I'm not even saying it's stupid. It'll be an uneducated one, and then I may correct them or tell them why. Because sometimes too, there's a thought process, and they don't understand the thought process. So a lot of times, all I'll do is like I'll use my blacksmithing channel. Like somebody says, "Well, I think a welder should be something a new blacksmith should get," because I have a video. It's actually my number one video. Is 6 tools every beginner blacksmith should have.
Yeah.
Right. And somebody put on there, you should have made welder a one. I'm like, no. I'm like, welding is not necessary to begin blacksmithing. He goes, you only need 6 tools to start, and then I get like 3 bonus tools, whatever. I'm like, welding takes time to learn and skill. You don't need to know how to weld to start black. There's a lot of good blacksmiths out there that don't know how to weld anything. Right. It's not necessary. And then they say, well, even your grandmother could do it. I'm like, well, I doubt that. There's a little bit more to it. You got, and I start. I'm like, this is about blacksmithing and not welding. Welding is not necessary for blacksmithing. Before, welders were invented. How did blacksmiths
make their swords? Clown.
I'm like, it's not necessary. There's something called forge welding, and you will learn how to do that. But you don't need to learn as a beginner. As I said, a beginner. Yeah. So there's a thought process sometimes you got to correct. And if somebody is going to come at us and say something stupid, like I'm trying to think of something that we may have said that may have been pertained as offensive.
Anything?
Anything can be offensive.
You find me offensive, I find you offensive for finding me offensive.
It doesn't. If somebody's offended, here's the thing: you're allowed to be offended.
It's not a sin or against the law to be offended.
You're allowed to be offended, and I'm allowed to have my opinion on something.
True.
And just because I don't agree with you, doesn't mean I dislike the person or anything like that, and vice versa. Like, I ain't gonna lie, there's things that Fresh and Fit has said that I disagree with.
Right.
There's things that Andrew Tate said that I disagree with. There's things Dex said that I've disagreed with.
He's lying. He agrees with everything I said.
So, but that doesn't mean that they're always, in my opinion, wrong. There might be times where I'm like, I just disagree with that point. I don't believe in that viewpoint or something like that. And then I have my reasons, and then you move on.
Yeah.
So, okay, funny that you mentioned that. So back in the day, Married with Children.
Al Bundy.
I love, dude, would harp on fat women all the time. It's great.
Yeah. Shut up, you cow. Make a sandwich. And don't eat it before you get to me. It's funny.
I can't believe you say it in front of my face. Well, I would say it behind your back, but I only got a half a tank of gas.
So get around. Yeah, he was the king roaster.
But
he king roaster.
One of my buddies, Alex is his name. Different Alex, not our normal camera guy. He's like, dude, I would pay money for him to roast me. But the thing was, when that came out, a lady made a complaint to the Fox network, and that she tried to get Fox to shut the show down.
Of course.
You know what Fox's response was? Change the channel.
Yeah.
That's literally what YouTube should be saying to these people. You disagree with what they're saying? Change the channel.
Even you could block their content on there.
Change the channel. Watch something else. Block the content.
1,000 shows.
I think it's stuff that makes sense, and they just take like 1 or 2 things that, I'm offended, I want to blow it up. But it's a good thing because you're drawing attention to me, which I appreciate. Keep doing that. But
the only problem is if YouTube is their way of making an income, unfortunately they now they can't. Now I don't know if it's their only way. Honestly, I'm not 100%. I've watched some of this stuff.
The main way. They pay more than any other social media site. So literally,
their
probably took away about 40% of their income.
But see, here's the thing though that you gotta understand: YouTube is a private platform.
Yeah.
You know, and they constantly change the dang rules. That's why,
Yeah.
like, you know, I want to start putting things on Rumble and stuff like that.
That's where they went. They went to
That's
Rumble.
what I think that was been on there. They just that's
So-
their priority thing now. I think.
But they,
Cocksource.
you know, that's just something you have to be mindful of when you're on a platform, because they can, you know, figure YouTube can't say, well, we're just gonna, you know, we're gonna
We're going in a
demonetize,
different direction.
you know, and then you have to agree with it or not, and that's the thing about being, like I said, that's cancel culture. But the thing is as long as they have other sources of income, they can't be canceled.
True.
You know, it's like, yeah, that's fine. We'll still post their stuff here, but go check out Rumble. Go check out, and a lot of people, if you like that particular content, well, okay, I'll go watch your stuff on Rumble. You know, you'll get paid from Rumble then. You know, what do I care?
I saw him on. It was a small podcast. It was a cooking podcast. I don't know what the name was, but Nori was on it. I don't know if you guys know Nori, New York rapper or whatever. He's Drink Champs.
Yeah.
Nori. So anyway, basically,
Dream's really into the music industry, by the way. Why don't you say culture, hip hop culture?
Yeah.
But I know nothing about it.
But no, that's cool because that's not the point. The point of what I'm saying is, he said his fans follow him from music to reggaeton music. He doesn't speak Spanish. They don't speak Spanish, but they follow him.
Right.
And now he's in the podcasting realm, and they follow him there. So if you have a following, you have a following.
Right.
So
That's
the cancel culture is
Yeah.
there, but it's like,
What it does is it stops new people
exactly
from being able to make their own decision. And here's the thing that's messed up about that, right? When it comes down to our side of things, if you don't like something, like look what we did with Target. If we don't like it, we're just gonna not shop there.
Yeah.
You can lose money. Well, it's not our problem. But we never stopped you from doing business.
true.
And I've said this before. So with men, we have the ability to actually get results. Like our actions literally dictate how things work. On their side of things, if a man, like let's say if you say something that I don't like, I don't hate you because you said it. I just don't like what you said.
Right.
But on the other spectrum, the ladies usually, and people that tap into that energy, if you say something that I don't like, I'm now hating you because you said something. And it's just like,
well, it's
what happened to hate the sin,
Not the sinner.
you feel me? But they don't have a way in their brain to compartmentalize or separate you saying something from you being a person, because I can be a very, very good person and be the nicest guy in the world, but then the second I say one thing that's offensive, all of a sudden you hate me, I'm trash.
Well, here's a prime example. So I'm not going to name this person, but
name them, goddammit.
So one of the things was
we got like 10 viewers.
So one of the things was, one day this could blow up. One of the things is like, I'll use an example. I had said, for example, like I was telling you, I don't believe trans people should be in the military. And it has nothing because they're trans. Being in the military is hard as it is mentally on service members who don't suffer from gender dysphoria or some other weird deal like that. It's hard on this, service members commit suicide on
regular people,
right? Now you want to
that sucks now because now they're going to want to prove a point, and now they're going to flood the freaking army registration.
So what? I
got a job for them.
So here's what's going to happen. They come in with their gender dysphoric mental disorder, and they want to be treated a certain way, whatever. And life is hard on the civilian side, and you want to go to the military, where it's even harder. Separation from your loved ones, from your family. High stress situations, deployment,
social media.
Yep. So all of a sudden,
access to ways to take yourself out, since you have a 90.
But it's crazy because they don't have that culture. They don't have that continuous confirmation, I guess. Where people that say, you're right, and they can say, oh, I was offended at work today. And people would be like, oh my gosh. So in the military, I'm sure you guys didn't have access to all of that stuff. So, I mean,
the problem though is this person would then say, for example, or my stance on abortions, which is I am anti-abortion. I'm not pro-life. I'm anti-abortion because I'm pro-death penalty. So I'm not pro-life. And people say I'm pro-choice. Pro-choice to what? You're pro-choice. What's the choice? To abort or not abort?
Yeah.
So you're pro-abortion. No, I personally am against it. No, you aren't personally against it. You may not do it, but you're for other people doing it. Therefore, you're still pro-abortion. But they'll say to me then, well then, because that is a belief I have, that's just a belief. It's an idea. You are a piece of shit. Therefore, because you have these beliefs, therefore I am not going to deal with you. You're a piece of garbage. Where I may say, I'm just using you.
Yeah,
Let's say you go, I believe trans people should be in the military, and I believe we should have abortions up to birth. I would say I disagree with you. I don't think you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I just disagree with your idea. I'm attacking the idea.
Yeah.
Then what happens is it's mostly on the left
because I might be able to make some great ziti.
And what's gonna happen? Yeah,
like hungry.
And what they'll do is they'll come back. I'll attack the idea. They will attack the person.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not attacking you.
Yeah.
But they'll attack me. They're like, oh, you probably beat your wife too, and blah blah blah. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, women,
they take it to Mars.
But that's not just that's
the funniest thing.
That's like
wherever,
bro. It's the funniest thing, right? So I'm on Instagram, right? Comment on a post. The post basically, it was a funny post, right? Obviously, people gotta understand if there's a camera involved, bro, there's usually a script, and people forget that crap. You feel me? So the dude is videotaping a girl. He goes, "Am I gonna get?" The waiter comes, "Hey, are we splitting the bill?" And he goes, "Yeah." He says, "Hey, am I getting some?" She goes, "No." He goes, "Yeah, we can split the bill. You're not gonna waste my time and my money."
Yeah.
So comments, this guy, blah blah blah. So I simply said, and I was being funny. Clearly, I have a whole laughing face, right? So I said, well, when you think about it, if I'm giving you the eggplant for the kitty, that's an even trade. So I'm already down by the fact that I took you out regardless. I'm already down. My time, my energy. So at the end of the day, men are always going to be down in this situation, regardless if we get the kitty or not. So reward him every now and again, right? Laughed it off. So then some girl in the comment goes, gross. Like, gross, you probably get no women. So my comment was very simple. I said, I actually have quite a few, and they're all smarter, prettier, more intelligent, more feminine. They cook better, and they're cleaner than you. I said, since your trauma is showing, maybe you want to jump in my DM so I can help you out like I've helped so many of them.
Yeah.
Roasted, bro. No freaking comment from her.
No response.
No freaking comment. And then this other girl comes and says, haha, I bet that's not true. You're so delulu. I had to look that up. What the hell is delulu?
So it's delusional.
Apparently, it's the new form of delusional. And the funniest thing about this is, I didn't have to say anything.
I didn't know you were fighting with a kindergartner.
Bro, I didn't have to say anything.
Yeah.
Everyone else roasted that person for me. Look at your page. You're 5. You're 12. You look like you couldn't get a man if you paid. It was like, you would have to pay me to take you. You could have paid me to take.
I'm sorry.
It was hilarious.
Now you don't know it's not fun.
It was hilarious. But it shows that no matter what, in these situations, kind of like to what you were saying, responding to certain people don't pay attention to what you're saying. Instead of attacking my idea, they wanted to attack me, and they don't know me. They don't know me.
And what's funny is because they'll do that. Like somebody will say, like for example,
They can't.
they'll say stuff like I said, my idea, like I bet you beat your wife and stuff like that. I'm like, have you met my wife? Let me show you a video of her running and gunning real quick. Do you think I'm gonna fuck with her?
That was crazy.
I'm like, are you sure? I'm like, do you know my belief systems? Do you know, like, I'm vehemently against men hitting women, but I believe in equal opportunity. So this is the thing. Okay, I got a little hot water years ago with this one. A little, not much. And it was
not 212, but like
here's what it was. No. That's a funny story. I'll tell it a little later. So there was I was saying, like, hey, feminists, pretty much like you hit a guy, you expect to get punched back because you've seen this woman, I guess, hit this dude, he hit her back. No man should ever hit a woman. I'm like, she hit her back. Like, you guys want equal opportunity. That's equal opportunity.
Equal right?
Equal left. Here's where I go. Here's where my stance changes. You shouldn't do that. Blah blah blah. I'm like, women killed chivalry. That's what I said. I'm like, but here's the thing. Here's how I'm going to treat you. Do you believe you're equal to men? Do you believe in all the bullshit feminists believe? If you're a feminist, I'm going to treat you like a guy. If you believe in traditional values, women are feminine. They're generally going to be more pleasant like that. Now, I'm not saying all women have to abide by every little check mark. You have your own unique personality, and that's fine. But if you were like, no, hell no, I like being a mother. I like being a wife. I like having a traditional role. Then I'm going to treat you like a traditional woman.
Yeah.
And guess what that means? I'm going to be respectful to you. I may joke around with you, but I'm not going to joke with you like I do with the boys.
Yeah.
I'm going to treat you with kindness and respect. I'm gonna hold the door open for you. I'm gonna do everything you need me to do to help you. But if you're a feminist and you dislike me because I'm a male chauvinist pig, guess what? I don't care. Go fucking hang your own damn door. Go cut your own grass. You know, I don't give a shit. You know what? How about this? How about I stay home and make dinner and you go out and work 15 hours a day?
It's funny because this girl, she's going to college. She's in a program for healthcare, and her spouse.
This is crazy. It never goes that way.
It's cool. It's cool.
I literally changed seats for this man to protect him. So basically, and this is good because we just kind of got into regular floating topics. We were going to talk about raising young men because of that video that I sent you, which is crazy. Entertainment industry, right? Because you made up some good points. And then after that, we're just going to end some funny shit. Last time we did What's Your Dream Life. This time we'll end on your favorite superhero and why. And would you actually choose his life?
His life,
yeah, because a lot of people like Batman, but you think you want Batman's life. You don't want that boy don't sleep. You don't want Batman's life. You feel me? Like you think you want Batman's life. You want Batman's money. You want Batman's toys. You don't want his life. Because if Superman and Green Lantern and Bane exists and you got no pop, bro, listen, bro. The writers can't save you in the real world.
No.
You ain't gonna have no plot armor, bro.
No.
You're going to die. You feel me? But
all right. So what was your first point? What was it?
So there was a video you can pull up. Do you have your IG?
Not on here.
Can pull it up. Yeah. Pull up real quick. It's a quick little video of a Muslim guy, and he's talking about how a 9-year-old kid in Gaza.
Should I turn the volume up?
Yeah, go ahead. You can do that.
Raise your children the way we do. I mean, a 9-year-old boy in Gaza is more of a man than a 25-year-old in America. You prolong adolescence to a certain degree. You don't prioritize maturity, but at the same time, you sexualize your children very early. Now you've got like third graders twerking and singing explicit song lyrics, and you put that on social media for everyone to see. You're teaching kindergartners about sex, masturbation, about homosexuality, transgenderism. You think that prepubescent children can decide to have their genitals before they even know what they're actually doing?
That's crazy.
Trying to make them miniature Beyonce's R&B singing about what? I mean, 12%. I saw something 12%.
Well, at the end, he did say a true statement. That's
Sexually active.
Yep, crazy.
6.5% of them and actually already engaged in anal sex by the age of 12.
Which is asinine to me.
I don't like.
what you did there. I didn't even mean to do it.
What I don't like is that like if those facts are true, and that's like legit facts. At the bottom of the video, I don't know if you noticed.
Fact checker crap.
Yeah.
They
And
do
it's-
that anytime it's true.
And it's doing it like and it's like I clicked the link and it's like political type page, and you have to like register it, and it's like, dude, like you could put up a video of somebody saying something. There's ocean in the sky or something like that, and that's not there. But when it's something serious or something that makes sense or nudging at the system, then it's like, oh wow, cite your sources.
Anything that goes
like,
against the
come on.
narrative, he wants
Yeah,
to follow.
it's crazy.
So it's funny. It's about that video there, and I'm gonna give him a lot of props on that video because he didn't make it about religion, which I appreciate. Because if he were to say like Islam, whatever, I was in Afghanistan and I saw the children sex slaves out there.
Yeah.
All right, it was very prominent. It was a big issue over in Afghanistan. I know a lot of guys in Iraq. You'll see the stuff like that. I'm like, you saw it, and there's nothing you can do about it. So to say that, like as a West, that's a humanity kind of thing. But I will agree. One of the problems though is definitely this in the Gaza. Okay, that's the area. You have Israel constantly fighting against Palestine, right? You have to mature fast in those areas. You're going to mature faster. One of the things is, it is true,
Hard times create.
hard times create hard. Yep. And
Weak times create. And America's soft times because we have the most luxury outside of Dubai.
But see, the thing is that hold on a second, let me touch this Sparta. So the blessing here in America is we can allow our children to be children. We can. And I agree. Probably their 9-year-olds in Gaza are more mature than our 25-year-olds, which is absolutely wrong. But I think that you have to allow children to be children for a while. I mean, like, let them keep their innocence. Usually at about 12, 13 years old is when they should start learning to start doing.
Bible calls that the age of knowing.
Right, like, yeah, be
12, 13,
like, okay, it's time to start putting away childish things.
Yeah.
It's okay to say, I'm childish all the damn time.
Oh yes.
Constantly.
Yeah.
But,
no, we're playful.
Right.
Not childish. Because here's the thing, like I always have to stop it. I always have to. I'm learning this, that we have to correct language.
Okay.
Because of understanding, and the issue is everybody knows I love communication, study communication, great communicator, right? However, it's not anytime I'm talking with somebody. The only time I cannot get through to an individual is when they have a comprehension problem. They cannot understand what I'm communicating. Now, my thought on communication is not what I say, it's what the other person hears.
Yeah.
So I tend to study people and try different things subtly to see how you respond, so I know what works best for the individual that I'm talking to. I'm very good at reading people's personality so that I can respond to them in a way more favorable. But if you do not comprehend, it don't matter who's talking. It could have been Jesus. You still would have got it.
But, you make a valid point, because yes, technically I am playful. Man, it's like the word diet. I'll use that as an example. Back when I was a weight loss coach, people say I'm going on a diet. I'm like, the problem is people turned that into a short-term thing. Like, I'm going on a diet, meaning I'm going to eat right and be healthy. Once I get my weight off, I'm going to go back to doing what before. Whereas before,
that's why I can't keep the weight off.
And the thing is, a diet is what you eat and consume. So it should be, I'm changing my diet. So you have to change the meaning of the word to what it really meant. Not, I'm going on a diet. It was like, so now we understand diet as a short-term crash thing where we're going to lose whatever. It's
something that's temporary.
Yeah. And it's the same thing. Yeah, being childish, technically you're crying. I'm very more playful. But like I said, what he did here with the Gaza thing was, these kids unfortunately have to grow up a little bit faster, more mature. We have the luxury of allowing them to be childish a little longer. Let them enjoy adolescence. But there does come a point in time when we got to start teaching them how to not be. So I'll use me as an example. I joined the Army at 17. And he made the joke that I was mature. Oh, you never met us in the Army. We're definitely not mature. But that was a very mature decision to make. I knew at 17 I was joining the military in time of war. The height, the war kicked off in Afghanistan in 2003. I joined in 2003. You know what I mean? And then I was in Afghanistan where there was only 20,000 U.S. troops in country, but there was 200,000 U.S. troops in Iraq. So in here, I was we got nothing back then, nothing. So Up Armor just got to us. I was so surprised when we got AC in our Humvee. First few missions didn't have AC, and they finally put it in there. So nice. I mean, it was still 100 degrees in our truck, but it wasn't 120. And then my compressor got shot. The one spot that didn't have armor, and I was like, "You gotta be kidding me!"
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, I can't see out my window because RPGs and we had other stuff. But no, you know what? The worst part was they took the AC out. That was the worst part. Not that I got, But no, that's not true. No, we had a soldier killed. That was the worst part. But directly for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, back then we matured because we were dealing with the war on terror. It was fresh. We matured a little bit. But now we're seeing my generation, our generation, is what caused this big downslide of maturity. The millennials, we always blame the millennials for everything, right? And then partially it is our fault. Here I see a 25, I'm not kidding, I see 20, 25-year-olds, 26, 27-year-olds, and I'm like, how are you functioning? They really don't have a sense of maturity. You'll see, I'm not myself today, I can't do this. I'm like,
yeah.
So
who are you today?
Remember, we talked about compartmentalization. It's you got to take your problems, put them over here. You still
still
gotta
gotta
you still
deal with
gotta
life.
function. You still
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
do
yeah.
this, right?
Problems don't stop you from responsibility.
Yeah, and the thing is that's the problem with a lot of Western culture. Now he talks about we are sexualizing our children, which I think is a huge problem. Well, we should not be doing that. We should be teaching them arithmetics. We should be teaching them uh, the subject matter, history, English, whatever. We shouldn't be teaching them. Okay, if you want to have anal sex, this is how you do it.
Yeah, they took home ec out, not teaching girls how to sew, how to cook, how to clean, how to bake. They're not teaching guys
They took
how
shop
to
class.
Wood shop and
how
stuff.
to wood shop, how to
Really?
make furniture, how to fix cars.
What do
You got
replace it with?
time for
They got rid
gender dysphoria.
Oh,
crap,
they got rid of-
gender whatever.
They got rid of
What's the
driver's
called?
ed. They got rid of driver's
Driver's
ed.
ed is gone.
You know?
Like anything that you can use to actually be a good human being, they took it away. There was another video that I saw that we're probably going to talk about. It showed a video of the guys. Haha, ask yourself.
I asked
That was
myself.
smart this time. It showed this video of do the hokey pokey. Turn yourself around. That's what it's all about.
Where'd they go? Did they just poof?
Yeah, poof,
Oh.
gone.
Yeah, it fell on me.
Up in smoke.
It's ash. It's okay.
Nah,
Everybody does it, even the
Ash
pros.
catch 'em. But
Gotta catch
yeah,
it.
so it shows a video of these guys and they're working out, and this is high school, and it was a military style training, and to me that made perfect sense because they wanted you to be ready for war, so it makes sense that all these high school guys, I mean, they were in crazy shape. All of them looked like Captain America, bro. It was
So you
crazy.
saying you want that? You would rather see that in Western culture?
Well, what it is school was always designed to train individuals for industry. School is not for education.
Yeah.
It's for training. That's why your lunch break at school and the time you're at school is the same stuff for work. 9 to 5.
Actually,
It's the same thing.
You know what the bells were for?
Hmm.
Factory. It
Yeah.
signaled factory workers changing shifts.
Yep.
Also, if you actually look at how a school's designed, it's very similar to prisons.
Yes, it is.
How
the
they
hallways,
yeah,
the locker, yeah.
everything. It's very similar to prison structure too.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Where you get your lunch on the tray, you sit at the table, you get
Yeah.
recess.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
you got to be quiet when
Right.
you're having lunch. You can't socialize.
There you
really.
go.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. The other problem is they have prepared America for accepting homosexuality, right? Men are more active. We want to go out, we want to do stuff. They took all of that away. And instead of us being able to go do, sit down, be quiet, be more like a girl. Be quiet. Speak when you're spoken to, answer when you're called. Sit down with your hands folded. And all that weird stuff. Now, I'm saying if
They treat boys like defective girls.
they do. That's
Yeah.
exactly right. So now, when you grow up like that, and you add in the fact that, especially for our culture, the dad is not there, what do you think's gonna happen to these dudes?
Yeah.
What do
You
you
know what
think's gonna happen
You know what else
to
they
them?
took out of schools?
What's that?
All right, archery and rifle. Remember, there used to be there's a
Yeah,
rifle.
rifle.
They used to shoot rifles in schools. And here's the
Yep.
thing. And I would
What school did you go to?
No, this
Seriously,
is all across America, but that was in time of war. So you got
Oh, okay,
not they
okay.
were training them.
not just that though. But here's the thing. I mean, they were doing this all the way up until the 1970s.
Yeah, that's true.
1980s.
Okay.
And like my
That's
folks
right.
my folks talk about how there was a rifle club in their schools and they go shooting.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
they
mean,
shoot like the frisbee things.
you like the skeets, you mean?
The skeet, yeah,
So-
yeah.
No, they'll
More
target. They'll do
shotguns.
they'll do target
Oh,
stuff like that.
okay.
But
Blast pings. and things.
here's the thing though. Back then, we want to talk about which I find actually which is crazy. We look at statistically speaking, but I'm going to bring this. I'll bring it up a little later. You never heard about? I call it mass murders where they shoot people.
Right.
Because it's not a mass shooting. Okay, I'm a shooter. I shoot all the time, but I don't kill anybody.
Yeah.
Right? Mass murderers that use guns, they shoot. Right? You didn't really have this problem where people just shoot. Why? There was a healthy respect for firearms because it was taught in school. Everybody had a rifle that you could go to school with the gun in the back of your truck,
Yep.
and,
That's
just,
right, that
and the
was
principal
Virginia.
will be like, "Let me see that. Well, look at that. That's it." Like,
Wow.
so guns were a normal thing that nobody feared, but they understood it. So there was a healthy respect for it.
Just like knives in the kitchen.
People get uncomfortable around guns.
So,
like,
now they do.
it's like
now-
a centipede. They're
And,
like,
and what happened was once we stopped exposing people to firearms and teaching them responsibility and stuff like that, all of a sudden we develop a fear for it because we don't understand it. So you see a lot of that happening as well. So all of a sudden now let's say mass shootings are on a rise. We're like, well, if you actually look at gun related deaths, even compared to the 1960s per capita, it's actually less. now
Okay.
because the NRA really promoted gun safety big time. And if you look at it, you'll see that there's a lot less negligent discharges or fire or something like that. Homicides kind of per capita stayed about the same. It's just murder's murder, no matter what tool you use. So maybe gun murders, what you want to call it. It's not even still not that high. Like we talked about this last time. If you look at how many gun-related deaths there are, 60% suicide. And you start whittling it down, but then it's like, yeah, but between 500,000 and 3 million gun uses that are not reported as gun deaths, whatever, are self-defense cases. So there's a lot more self-defense cases
used for supposed to be used.
And that's what's like. So you see when they take these things out of school, home ec, wood shop, firearm stuff, driver's ed. What we're doing is
we're trying to swim anymore.
We're teaching we're not teaching our youth how to be
adults.
Yeah, we're teaching them just, hey, it's
how
just
exist. How to stay babies. Literally, they're coddled and
let the government take care of you.
Yeah.
It's a scary thing, but you know what else? And this is an interesting thing too that a lot of people are talking about, that they feel like the government is also playing a big role is in the entertainment industry, right? With different things that are being pushed. And then we talked earlier, and you had a very good thought process on that. Why don't you go ahead and share with our viewers what we're talking about with entertainment? Let me preface it on what I basically said. There's this person named Sexy Red. Their name has been coming up a lot. I don't know it. I saw like a clip of them saying just the most retardedest thing ever, but it was just a clip. Now, in the defense of our music, we've been saying wild shit forever.
Yeah.
Even back in the day, they was talking about slip up in the midnight hour, I can feel your power. I'm like, what is this song actually about? You know what I'm saying? Like craziness, right?
Yeah.
However, now these people now have way more influence than they used to have, because what will happen is you'll get popular because of your song, but then you get to push your own ideology when that was not the case back then. You only cared about your music. When you had an interview, it was about your next album.
Yeah, exactly.
What made you make this song? We didn't care about this other stuff, but now that's the case. But you did have a good point about that industry.
It's crazy because before I get into that, the reason why everyone wants to personalize an artist is because they want to be able to say, oh, that's Dapper Dangerous, and he's actually human. He's not only talking about his music. Yeah, we know your music is good.
Yeah.
But we want to know that, you could sit and have a cigar and drink some, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus, oh, you only want to talk about like your music. You have your fitness class or your fitness program that you had. We don't only want to talk about like push-ups all the time. Like, sit down and let's talk about some Prancy gaze over.
Right.
Is that a good one? No.
Prancy gaze.
No.
Close enough. Close enough. Prancy gaze. Yeah, that's close enough.
But basically,
raunchy offensive joke. I like you. Tried. I'll give you an A.
Yeah. But what Sexy Red is and her, because she is the topic. But in general, these people get popping. They get popular. They get the ears and eyes of a lot of people, and now they can write their own narrative.
Yeah.
So our entire world, which you guys know, is based off of narratives. And once you have enough ears and eyes, you can say what the hell you want. So I'm pretty sure that's her. She probably has been like that all the time. But who's to say if she ran into the right thing or the right situation, she won't take that stuff off or whatever. The point I'm making is,
I don't know who this person is.
Right? No.
We know you don't.
Yeah.
I barely know who it is, but
basically,
go ahead.
Basically, what they're saying is, she is speaking on the. No one wants to get canceled.
Right.
So, hence what you were saying, which is the.
Yeah, because my niece came out and told me, because I asked about it, she's like, we hate her, she's a clown. She said, and she put up the video, apparently she said that trans women are better than black women.
Right.
In more words. She used more words, but that's what it boiled down to.
Right.
And they were like, so you know that you're a black woman? She's like, yeah, but I know who's up. just like complete ignorance, right? Then another
Right.
one, like her partner was saying, be toxic in your 20s, lie, cheat, have fun. You only
Yeah.
get your 20s once. And in my head, it's just like, yes, you only get it once. Why would you destroy
Yeah.
your life because you only get your 20s? That
It's-
doesn't make
It's crazy.
sense.
So do you know Big Meech?
None of us do.
You don't know Big
Big
Meech?
Lotto.
No, well, you don't know Big Meech? Like,
I can promise you, if it's in the hip hop world, I don't know anything.
so Big Meech is a
Heck, I'm a
popular.
metalhead, and I don't know much about the metal world.
That's true. So Big Meech, he's like, he was or is, well, he's still alive. So what was, because he's in jail now, was one of the OG Crips from West Coast, whatever. So his son is in one of those shows with that 50 Cent wrote or whoever.
Powers.
One of those Powers or whatever. But it's not Powers, something.
BFG.
BMF.
BMF,
More money.
there you go.
Yeah, whatever. So, he's young millionaire.
Uh-huh.
Summer Walker is a older lady, 30 something.
Yeah, I know
He's
who
in
that
his early 20s. You asked, but it didn't go on you.
Damn.
So, so basically, to that point, which is, someone said, yeah, if you're young and you're in your 20s, have fun. For guys, a woman has to understand that a guy is in his early 20s, he's doing what the hell he wants. And somebody asked the girl, like, so what does that mean for women? When is the cutoff point for her? Since you want the girls to not take any serious relationships in her 20s,
Yeah.
when do you think is a proper age for her to, settle down? You think 40? And she said yes.
40 when you're not having no kids.
So when does she have
And see,
kids? When does she get to?
That's
While she's being toxic.
that's that
Rack
weird,
up your
right.
baby daddy roster.
Exactly.
that's the whole not understanding your sexual market value.
Right.
Men have no market value
In the beginning.
in the beginning.
Yeah.
We have to build up. So usually in the 20s, I would recommend to young men out there, you need to build yourselves up. I'm not saying not to get in a relationship
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And I actually don't think men should go around sleeping with every single woman. Like, that's part of the degradation of society. I think you really should not make that jump unless you're serious with someone.
Right.
And of course, I didn't wait till marriage.
Yes, you didn't.
Yeah. Yes, I did. Right. Right. But of course, but the thing is, at least wait until you're in a serious relationship. But you need to be working on yourself. You need to be building yourself up because you have nothing to
Yeah.
offer.
Yeah.
Women have everything to offer in their 20s. Right.
Yeah.
They're young. But here's the thing, and a lot of women, they get mad when guys say this. When you start getting your 30s and 40s and you hit that wall, you are not getting any younger. You're not getting any prettier. Right? Men and I know a lot of women get so pissed about this.
Too damn bad.
A lot of men like youth. Now, I hate this all. A 50-year-old man dates a 20-year-old woman. He's trying to groom her. No, he's not trying to groom her. I can tell you right now. Look, here's the thing. I personally
Who
would never.
doesn't benefit from a good grooming?
But here's but here's the thing about this. I personally would never date a 20-year-old. Let's say something, God forbid, my wife and I are not together anymore. Something happens. I would not date a 20-year-old woman because I cannot handle the immaturity.
I bet.
I can't. But the same thing, talking with that, is this though too, is that I probably also won't. If I'm in my 50s, I'm also not going to date a 50-year-old woman. I'm going to look for somebody maybe in her 30s who's younger.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking for youth. I'm looking for vitality. I'm looking for how pleasant you are. I'm looking.
Reproduction.
Well, actually, I would not be. The thing is, I am not looking to have any more kids. At this, I'm done.
Tripping.
Nope,
Gotta
I'm
get a
good.
boy, man.
Nope, I do not want any more children. I got my three. I got my 3 girls. I'm good. I'm happy. Perfectly happy. I cannot do the baby thing. Zeus, my dog, is a handful.
I bet.
You think you want me to do that with the baby again?
Come on.
Get up middle of the night, change diapers, and all that other stuff.
She'll do it. She's young
Puking
and vital.
everywhere.
So-
Energy.
Yeah. But the thing was,
Vibrant.
but the thing though is that men are looking for these things not because we're looking to groom. Men we like pretty things.
Anytime we like something, it's demonized.
Yeah.
But when they like something, it's supposed to be that.
If a woman who's 20 years old is going out with a 50-year-old man, good for her, babe. Good for you, boss, babe. You're good. But
Take him for all his money.
he is robbing the cradle. He's robbing the cradle, but she's with him, but she's fine. It's like, that doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
So the thing for me is that Men are, trust me, the vast majority of men are not looking to groom anybody. I assume by this point in your 20s, you know what the hell you're doing.
Your dad should have already groomed it.
Yeah.
Like, why are you coming out of the house messy? No, look,
Oh,
real
I see
talk.
what you're saying.
Real-
I see what
look.
you're saying. I see what you're
So,
saying.
for example, I was having this conversation with a friend, and they were like, "Oh, something. You know, when is your daughter going to be married?" I said, "My daughter's probably going to be married at 20 years old." What? That's too young. She doesn't know herself yet. I was like, "No, she'll know herself. It doesn't take that freaking long." It's like, did you forget back in the day, the average age of girls getting married is 14, 15 years old. Why? Because they were groomed to be parents. Like, yeah, but they're marrying 30-year-old men, and it's still what happened. Well, that was wrong. How is it wrong? That's what the societal norm is. So then anything that's societal norm is wrong? Is that what you're going to tell me? You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have a way to differentiate or draw the line. The truth of the matter is, as a woman, your primary goal should be to get married. Why? You are the only entity on the planet that can produce children. But you cannot have there is no job in the world other than Jesus more important than bringing life into the world. Right. And then there's nothing else more important than protecting that life. Man protects the life so women can have the life so it can continue. If we don't do that, life ends. And that is why I tell people, unfortunately, if you're a dude that likes dude or girls that likes girls, I don't hate you.
It's over with.
I don't hate you, but please understand, you hate humankind. Because if you think you're a good person, why don't you want to duplicate yourself?
Right.
Well, what are you doing?
Oh, so how do you feel?
If your dad was gay, you wouldn't be here.
How do you feel about people when they say, like, "Oh my gosh, I feel terrible bringing kids in this world," or how do you feel about those people?
So
that's like, I wouldn't want to bring a kid.
Valid point, but you're soft. I'm gonna bring a bunch of children in the world so they can fix the shit.
Well, you know what the thing is. It's funny is first off, my wife and I got married very young. Just want to throw that in. I was
22.
I was 20. She was 19. Okay. So we got married young. We've been together still. We've been together for over 18 years.
Longer than you've been alive.
December will be our 18 year. December we got married really fast though.
Right.
6 months into our relationship, we got married. So,
military will do that too.
Yeah, it will. And at least she wasn't a stripper. So
they do that a lot of.
Yeah, she don't love you, man. Trust me. But
where were you going?
Yeah, so I was like, so we got married young and we grew up together. So she got to see literally my wife, which is why I believe there's if you believe in the traditional values, kind of like what we did, she gets to reap the benefits of the rewards of the things that I've done. She's lived for the most part a very good life. We started in a what do you call it? A studio apartment. Run down in the hood studio apartments. Then we grew up. Then we upgraded to a 1-bedroom.
Oh wow.
Then we got a 2-bedroom.
High cotton.
Right. Then I moved back to my parents when I got out of the army. That was awful. But then we got this house. And then she also seen me rise in my career, making more money, doing better things, blah, 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 blah. So she's got to be there every step of the way. So she gets to reap the rewards.
Yeah.
And guess what that means for her? She gets to have all this. She got to have all this because she was with me in her 20s.
Yep.
Right? If you're a woman who's going to go out and sleep with every dude out there in your 20s, you're not going to get this.
No.
You're going to eventually.
And that's the problem. They think they deserve it all.
And you don't deserve it. She does. She's been here through thick and thin.
Literally. That's
what a good woman is. Behind every good man was a good or a successful man is a good woman, right? Period. So that's when we talk about being submissive. She's submissive, and everybody thinks, oh, she does not bend to my will, okay? But what she is she's supportive. That's what submission means. She's supportive. She supports the mission. Every time I'm going to make a decision that's going to affect our lives, and we discuss it like human beings, equal
discussions.
We discuss it equally. She supports it. All right, that's what being submissive does. All right, that doesn't mean she is cleaning the floors, washing my feet, all that stuff. Everybody thinks.
But she should.
All of a sudden you hear a pop. So, but Now, what's funny, you talk about when people ask, about I wouldn't want to bring kids in this world. I understand I understand their fear. Like, I get the fear because look what the look what the world has become. Worldwide we're in economic recess, inflation galore. We're the sexualizing of children.
It's been worse.
We're looking at all these things, right? And I totally understand that. I don't have so much a problem when you have a fear of wanting to bring a life into this chaos because, and in their mind, it's I don't want to put them through that, and that's a sign of compassion. That's a sign of compassion. I don't want to put them through that. But in order for society to get better, like Dag said, you have to have kids. You got to teach them what's wrong. Here's the thing. We got to do our part, everything we can to make it better. But unfortunately, we screwed up. It's going to be on them to actually make the world a better place, and we have to teach them that.
Yeah.
Now, and because if you can't let humanity die, I hate the people that say we need to let humanity die. I necessarily say hate those people, but there's a lot of people like, for example, they did a study. If there was a drowning dog or a drowning man, who would you save?
That was one of the videos I seen.
A lot of people said they saved the dog. I'm like, why?
Because you're fucking retarded.
I would save that human life. Well, that person could be Hitler. You're right. That person also could be the person who finds the cure for cancer.
Yeah.
That dog will never find the cure for cancer. That dog will never amount to anything.
No.
In fact, I'm going to tell you something about dogs. My dog won't do anything until I tell him to do it.
Yeah.
He's a dog. He won't sit unless I tell his ass to sit.
He's gonna go outside and poop.
Right. And that's service animals in general are not going to do something unless they are told. Police dogs, military dogs won't do anything unless they're given a command.
9.
All right. Plots. They'll say plots and get down, stuff like that. But that dog, I don't want to see the dog die either. I have compassion for animals.
Right.
But I would rather save the person because we have to value human life.
And I can't even ask you that question anymore. The video basically were asking 2 girls that were alcohol was involved, so I'm not gonna hang them. But they said, would you, if you had the opportunity to save your dog, or no, they said if you had to sacrifice your dog to save 10 people, would you do it? And they're like, no, we'd save the dog. I'm like, but that's 10 human lives. Like, so the dog's part of the family.
Man, I get it. It sucks. This show I used to watch was it's called This Is Us. The dad, he saved everyone in the house. House caught on fire from let's just call it a crock pot.
Right.
Electrical fire. Fire goes up. He gets the whole family outside. The daughter, Dad, the dog. The house is engulfed.
Right.
The dog, he's like, the dog is his daughter. She's struggling with kid stuff, being overweight and stuff. So it was her emotional support pet. He runs inside. I think him and the dog got cooked, or just him.
Yeah.
Moral of the story: if it were me, sorry, you would have been a corn on the cob.
Yep.
Roasted because I'm not calling.
I've had that conversation actually with family members, and they're like, "You can't abandon this." I'm like, "Look, here I got several pets. My house is on fire. My priority is always going to be my kids and my wife first."
Yeah,
and here's the thing: if I have a chance to go and save the dog and the cats, whatever,
absolutely,
I'm going to. But if I can't,
not at the expense of human life.
Right? If I can't, I'm sorry, and I will feel bad with you.
Absolutely.
But you know what? What happens if I go in there and I die? Guess what? Now you lost not just your father, but you're also financial support, emotional support.
Yeah.
You lost this. Not and the thing is, and I don't want this to go the wrong way. The dog may live 10 years, 15 years.
Exactly.
I will have a lot longer.
Yeah.
Than that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like
eventually, yeah. And it's crazy because while you take that puff, you call it.
Yep.
While you take that puff, she ended up marrying the best friend, the wife.
Yeah.
See? So it's like, dude,
I don't mind that.
Oh, no, it's cool. No, I get it, but it's I'm dead, and I have to look down.
But you know what? Really... But see, now the thing is, it's funny you bring that up. Like, I use the example. My father passed away last year, right, February, and my mom now is a widow. So, and people have asked, would you be upset if your mom started dating? I'm like, no, I wouldn't be upset. Why? I'm like, my mom and dad, it was like my grandmother. My grandmother, who's still alive, she's 83 years old.
Sheesh.
My grandfather passed away. My grandfather passed away in December. 2 months later, my dad passed away. Yeah, it was his father passed away. And I said those two were together for over 40 some year or whatever it was. It was till death do them part.
Yeah,
Actually, it was over 60 some years. Sorry,
Yeah, she completed her
I
task.
guess what? Till death do part. Death separated them. Guess
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
She didn't divorce him. She didn't whatever. Not like that. Go ahead. If you want to be with another guy, I fully support it. Same with my mom. My mom says, "Hey, you know, I'm starting to see somebody." I'm like, "Well, good. I hope you're happy." I'm not going to be thinking like this. I'm not.
How
Gonna,
dare you?
I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to call him dad. I will never call him dad.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm an adult at this point. I'll be
What's
like,
up, John?
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah. What'd you say his name was?
I was like, hey, what's up, Tevin?
Oh, this is Kevin. That was my dad's name.
Oh.
I'm like, Tevin. You went with a guy named Tevin. It was close enough. Not quite Kevin, but
Yeah,
Tevin.
that's funny.
So, but
It's another Kevin.
the thing was, I wouldn't be mad because even what Jesus says, when you go to heaven, you are as the angels. So technically, there's no marriage up in heaven and stuff like that. So
they're
like,
all dudes up there.
Just what?
So there are no women in heaven.
there's
Oh.
no men.
No, there are men. There's no women. So there's a verse. I think it's like Revelations 8. That's like chapter 1 or 2 or chapter 6 or something. It says, and the angel opened up the sixth seal, and then there was silence in heaven for 30 minutes.
No bickering?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, hold on. That's what you mean?
Okay, yeah.
Ain't no women up there.
Yes. Oh, they was just like, oh, what's going on? It's just,
But no, in all truth, the angels they're all male. They're called the sons of God for that reason. You got to remember, he said, "Let us make Adam in our image," and the image came out as a male. And then after, and a lot of women don't understand this part. We're like, oh well, you know, a man is supposed to do all this stuff for women. It's like, no, you were made for us. We were made for you. It's a big difference. God made Adam go to all the animals, and people. This is the part people don't peep. It says, and when there was not found a suitable partner for Adam, I don't like the zebra. I don't want. You could have been a half hippo type of dude. You know what I'm saying? I want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. God was like, damn, you know, like none of these animals are made.
Yeah.
Let me make something specific to you, and that's why he said, "You are bone of my bone, flesh of your flesh." So as soon as Adam got there, God was already trying to find a companion for him. But see, they like to look over stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because most pastors nowadays are not pastors; they're motivational speakers.
That's what it is.
You know what I'm saying? It's
I see him
sad.
stick
yeah,
the
yeah.
skinny jeans on and walk around like.
So, but to kind of go back on the point here, like, so the people who are afraid to bring children because they're afraid of their children going up in hardship, I feel for that.
Right.
I feel them, but the only way to make society better is just you have to have children.
Yeah, look
Not
at
to
Rome. Rome's society was just about as bad as ours. It actually got a little bit worse. We're pretty much on track. But if there were no people, we wouldn't be able to make a country like America in its inception and make it so great. It's the greatest nation I ever lived. And my dad, one time I was talking to him, made a great point. He said the reason America was the greatest nation I ever lived because it's the newest nation. They were able to look at all the other nations and be like, all right, we ain't doing that, we ain't doing that, we ain't doing that. We're doing that, we're doing that, we're doing that. So it would make sense.
And it's funny,
You know what I'm saying?
now America is like, we need to do what this country does. No, have you seen that country? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's what we've
but
been
what was one of the other point things you're bringing up though?
we talked about the entertainment industry.
The dog
with the
thing. That's what was it? The dog.
Oh yeah, the dog. Saving the dog as opposed to saving human
unfortunately,
beings. I'm choosing a person every time. Even if I don't like you, I'm
10
saving
people.
that
Yeah.
person.
Yes, at 10, you're gonna
Like
say
10
one.
people, bro.
Look, I understand because here's the thing.
It's crazy.
You know, as much as my dog pisses me off, all right,
Zeus.
I love Zeus. You know, it's funny. I made this joke. You know, why I like Zeus because he's a god and his name is Zeus. But if you say Jesus, it's Spanish for Jesus, so he's still God. So no matter how you use it, Jesus. So
you know, dog is just God's spelled backwards.
it's true.
Man's
It's
best
true.
friend. I remember somebody said that.
So,
I
but
think men like dogs.
so the I do love Zeus. He's actually a very, very sweet dog. He's just a little hyper. He's still young, 9 months old. But
Puppy.
if
Big ass
if it was save 10 people or sacrifice Zeus, I'm sorry, Zeus. The thing is that those 10 people, and this is gonna sound
Correct.
yeah. Those lives matter more than my dog, and those lives mean more to those people than my dog means to. You never know what's gonna happen here. If I sacrifice my dog, these 10 people are saved. Guess what's gonna happen? Something could be like one of these guys. Like, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I saved this CEO of a Fortune 500 company who makes. He's like, you know what? I'm going to donate $1 million to Modern Sword for what you did to me. Now all of a sudden, I can make our lives better. I can make Modern Sword. You never know how that's going to come back and affect you.
And even still,
And I'm not saying for reward, but you don't know how it's going to come.
Yeah.
You know.
even still with that, even if I wasn't gonna get it back, or you were just able to grow up and have kids of your own, experience being a father or being a mother, that's more than enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right. But you're into another question. Let me ask you guys this question, right? Because I have my own answer. So, KC, let's say I asked you for $10,000, right? Or your best friend asked you for $10,000, right? I said I'm gonna pay you back. 2 months after that, you win $1 million. Do I still have to pay you back? Yes. Why or why not? You got to give me a reason.
It's a real good question. Loaded. Now,
That's a good
so
question.
pretty much, if I win $1 million, you asked about you asked. Shoots. If I didn't win, yeah, you have to pay me back depending on my situation.
Yeah.
But if I'm up a mill, you got it.
I feel.
Yeah, I believe because yeah, you know, your word was, oh, I need it, I'm gonna pay you back. But then that leads back to if I don't have it, I can't give it to you.
Yeah.
And if I give it to you, I release it.
Yeah.
But in real life is sometimes you really don't have it. I remember at times when I really didn't have the $100, but my homeboy was in a real bad spot, and I didn't need it, and I would give him, and I was like, dang, I hope I get that back to myself.
Right.
And you know, but if this is 10,000 and I'm up a mill, you got it.
Okay. What about you, Rome?
Kind of the same boat. If I got $1 million, I don't need that 10,000 because what that does is you're my best friend.
Yeah.
And say you asked for 10 grand, and maybe I gave you 10 grand. So I swear I'm going to pay you back.
Yeah.
What happens is now it's this servant master relationship.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I'm your best friend for a reason.
Yeah.
If I got $1 million, I'll go, dude, don't even worry about that 10 grand anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want a master servant relationship. I want a friend.
Yeah.
And guess what? If you giving me back 10 grand is going to be a burden, and I mean like a hard burden on you, and I don't need it, then why? Why would I do about that? Because I view those who are close to me, I view like family. So like I'm not gonna. It's a gift at that point. I gift it over. Now, if you're not a best friend, yeah, you're paying me back.
Yeah, you won't even know I got the mill.
That was the second part because they said first it said would you make your best friend pay you back, and then it says what if it was a random person that wasn't a best friend? That person gave you back my buddy.
No. That random person wouldn't know I'm up a mill first and foremost.
I believe in charity, but I'm not a charity organization. So
my answer was I said, bro, if I gave somebody $10,000 and I got back $1 million, I'm about to give away 100,000.
Oh yeah,
bro. God is clearly trying to tell me something, bro. Like if I gave away 10 stacks, and all of a sudden I want $1 million. Hey, take 100,000, bro. Like what you need?
90,000. Take 90,000.
90,000.
Because you already gave out 10.
There
you go. There's your 10%.
You feel me? But yeah, I'm in the same boat, bro. Like my best friend asked me for that. I'm not gonna ask back for that. You feel me? But it's an interesting comment because a lot of people had a lot to say about it. But interesting thing, this is not political. This is just Trump before his presidency. When he would give loans out to people, and it was time to pay them back, when they came back and gave him his check, he said, "Is this what you said you would pay me?" They go, "Yes." He just ripped the check up, shake their hand. That was it. You don't take loans back.
Oh, why?
You don't take loans back.
You never mentioned it?
It makes sense because he's a multi-billionaire. He gave it to you. He doesn't need the money. He literally just wanted to help you. So now it's just like, okay, there's some people saying, yup, with interest. I want my money back with interest. You said it was a loan. I'm holding you to your word and all of this stuff. But to me, it's kind of like, but why though? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's better to give than to receive. Because like, let's say, because I know me, if this was a true scenario and you wanted $1 million and you gave me 10,000, I'm still going to want to pay you back because I said it.
Yeah.
But they said, well, if that's the case, if they did pay me back, then I'll give them 20 or I'll double it or I'll do something for them. I'm like, all right, that's fair. You feel me? But I'm not going to press nobody about 10 grand, bro.
Yeah,
I got $1 million, bro. Like, Bro, we going to Vegas,
Well,
bro.
but here's
feel me?
another
Like,
thing.
come
Let's
on.
take that 10 grand and see if we can make it a solid 50 for you.
You feel me,
Yeah,
bro?
Let's get
Like,
you some money back.
all my boys is having businesses at that point. It only costs $50 for most expensive
You know,
businesses.
Yeah, that's and I learned that a long time ago about just gifting. Like if you don't need it,
Yeah.
and somebody you
Yeah,
truly
yeah,
care,
yeah.
and I think the key is to those you truly care about, then just gift it. I don't want to create this like like I said, servant master relationship thing, because then all of a sudden they're always going to feel that they have to do something for you. They have to, and I don't want that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't want it to be like, shoot, okay, oh, he gave me 10, I gotta go. And I don't want that.
They're gonna be like, I don't want to hear you say, "Oh, when I gave you that 10,000, I didn't bat an eye."
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dude,
but see,
just-
no, that's
Borrower is
Yeah.
always servant to the lender.
yeah,
but
man.
it's funny is that's something like Dex said. Like I would personally probably try to still pay it back.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah.
want to be a man of my word.
Yeah.
And if I go, here's 10 grand, and they go, whoa, I told you I have to
Hold
pay it
on,
back.
I-
I'm like, look, I just want to show you that I'm willing. I want you to know I'm willing to pay it back.
You know what's crazy? I stand on the "Are you sure?" once. Like if you were to give me
Right.
a bottle of water,
Yeah.
and I say, hey, here's a bottle of water. Oh, thank you. You sure? Yeah, I insist. Cool. I'm asking you again because I don't want you to rethink it. Is that greedy? Like if I say, hey, just like the water scenario.
Right.
Can I? Do you want water? No, I'm good. You sure? Yeah, I'm good. I'm not going back and forth with you. You said no one more than enough times. I'm not gonna ask it again.
You know what though? It's funny you bring that up because I'm like that. Like, are you sure? Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I might do twice. Like, I mean, it's no like sometimes. Here's what happens. Like, I get this. Like, I'm just using you as an example.
Yeah,
I'll do
yeah,
a bottle of water, and you go, no, I'm good. And I go, are you sure? Yeah. I'm like, dude, it's really not a big deal. You can have it.
Right.
Because sometimes people will say no, thank you, because
You don't want to inconvenience.
Yeah, and then I want to just reassure them it's not
It's
an
cool.
inconvenience.
Yeah,
but if you go, no, really, I'm good. I go, okay, and then I don't
Then
press
I'm
it.
done. I'm
It's
done.
funny. Like it's funny we bring that like the "Are you sure?" thing is little going off. It's funny. I saw this thing. It was like a meme, whatever. This woman was upset because she told this guy, like, he's like, hey, I had fun, whatever on this date, and she's like, hey, I wasn't feeling it. He's like, okay, no problem. Take care and have a good life. And that was it. And she was mad because he didn't fight.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and that's the same thing. It's like, why am I going to play those mind games?
Okay,
Like,
I
and it's the same thing here. It's like, I'm like, I asked if you're sure.
right.
I was like, it's not an inconvenience.
Right.
Okay, now that's on you. I gave you the opportunity. I am not going, like you said, I'm not going back and forth. And that's like what that's in scenario
Let me give y'all this scenario, and you tell me if I am right or wrong in this situation, or just whatever. So, do you guys believe that in people, we could say women, we could say men, but let's just say people. But really, I'm saying women. If you don't answer their question in a way that they seem fit, you're wrong. Meaning, you said the fight for you thing.
Right.
So it's like, dang, what was the question? It was, you don't call back from earlier when we were talking. You don't communicate with me. You don't open up with me. I don't know anything about you. You respond, well, I do tell you things about me, but you don't hear me. No, of course I hear you, but you're vague. Well, I thought you said I don't talk to you at all. Like, you don't know anything about me. So the point is, you don't listen to me. You don't hear me. But that's not the point. Further, it's not in a way that do you want me to cry on my knees and say,
Back to
man,
comprehension
life
thing.
sucks.
So
And it's
comprehension.
like, do you want me to communicate with you like that? Because I'm not doing that. But it's like,
it's funny is that the book Love and Respect, okay? The author who wrote that book, he made a good point with communicating with men and women. He's like, and of course a lot of women got mad at him because he used this, and he said, I don't care, just pick a color then. But he said women see things through
Rose-colored glasses.
No, with pink glasses, pink headphones, everything pink. Men see things through blue glasses, blue headphones, blue. We're going to see things in two different things. So you have to understand that that's how we communicate.
right.
I have to understand when my wife says I'm fine, I know she's not.
Right.
But if,
oh my gosh.
right,
I
like,
felt that one.
right. But if I say I'm fine, I am.
Yeah.
Just because I'm being quiet,
You're right.
maybe I'm contemplating something, but I'm not like
I'm
worried.
good. I'm good.
I'm fine.
Everything good.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's generally what that means. Is
Everything
I'm fine.
blessed.
And so,
Good.
and the thing is that men are expected to know how to communicate with women, but not the other way around.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not communicating in a way. I'm not telling you something in a way that you seem fit, and I'm not. It boils back to what I always say. I'm not gonna freaking jerk you off. You know what I mean? Dang. That
kind of came out a little wrong there.
But I'm not going to bend.
Phrasing.
I'm not going to bend to your will. I'm not going to bend to how you want me to do something. This is how I communicate.
Right.
This is who I am. I could be very vague.
I think
But
the key to something like that is is understanding, like I talked about, that is understanding how women communicate versus how men communicate. With a guy, I'm going to talk differently to you than I do a woman.
absolutely.
Because we have to, with a woman, men are told all the time. How many times growing up, our fathers might have said something like your mom's sure when your dad's like, all right, and then you got to watch him play this game, whatever, communicate a certain way. That's the key. It's understanding how come these people that been married a long time, how do they get? And they say communication. It's not communication.
No.
It's how you communicate.
Yeah.
Like, for example, my mom knew when my dad was getting a certain way, he was hungry. My dad didn't have to say he was hungry.
Shoot.
She just know he's getting hangry.
Understood doesn't have to be said.
You know what? He's getting hungry. So he would get angry doing something yard. She's like, hey, hon, here's a sandwich or something like that, blah, blah, blah. You eat it. 10 minutes later, he's fine.
Oh shoot.
Why was that? Because she understood how to communicate with him.
Right.
He might have been something might have been bothering him, not bothering. She's like, you okay? He would be like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just trying to figure out this, whatever.
Yeah.
And she goes, okay. And it wasn't, well, no. What's really, are you sure?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. But when my mom would be upset, my dad would be like, yeah, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
He's like, well, you just seem a little off than normal. You're not your normal self. Are you sure? Because he has to be able to communicate her way.
Yeah.
And that's understanding that. So
Comprehension.
and men and women talk very differently. We're speaking the same language, but it's code.
Communication is not what you say, it's what the other person hears. Because it's a very, and that statement is just so true on so many levels, man. Because just like what you're talking about, right? When a woman says, "I'm not fine" or "I'm not okay," she's asking for help.
Yep.
When a guy says, "I'm fine," it doesn't mean that I'm not going through something. It simply means I don't need your help with what I'm going through. I'm good. I will take care of it. You feel me? Because there be times where
it's really nothing you can do.
yeah, bro, I'm working on something. Shorty want to come up? Can I help? Nah, I'm good. I got it. My boy come. Hey, you can help? Yeah, grab it. Because you can help me. You actually can. But you
I
really
remember I'm sure because you edit your videos, so you might be sitting there and you're like, man, I'm trying to think of the best way to angle or whatever, and your wife might come up and be like, you might be frustrated because I've been frustrated dealing with other people's audio and visuals, and I'm like, dude, you need to speak up.
Yeah,
I can't make you loud because it's gonna sound wonky as heck. So I'll be sitting there in my thought, and she'll be like, and be like, no, you good. But then I'll get a phone call. Yo, I'm trying to figure this out. And it's like, why you didn't ask me? And I'm like,
because you don't know.
You don't know. Where's the P on this computer? I'm not saying she's illiterate, but it's just like, dude, you don't know what does Control F do.
Yeah.
Well, it's different. Like Darby sometimes will give input on some things I do, and I'll listen. Especially if I know it has to be visual, because here's the thing, I learned
we know Darby understands these things.
Right.
She's
proven.
Well,
not just that, but let's say for example, when I was first starting doing my videos for blacksmithing, and even back when I was doing my peak fitness videos.
I remember that.
All right. So what was happening was back when I was a personal trainer thing, weight loss coach. Excuse me. Well, what happened would be sometimes the angle I was like, I'm thinking like a cameraman, a filmographer, and stuff like that. She's thinking like an observer, a viewer.
Right.
She's like, hey, it would look better if you did this. Okay, I'm going to take that because she because I'm trying to think. Well, I want this angle, and she's like, yeah, but that's not gonna. We want to see what this looks. So like those type of things will come in well. Now I get what you're saying. So for example, I was trying to do something on the computer and I was getting frustrated. And let's just say we got into a fight. And she was trying to help, but I didn't want her help. The reason being was we were kind of already snippy with each other, and I didn't want to get into a fight. And then she kind of snapped on me. I snapped on her, and then it turned into a fight. And I was just kind of like one of those, just leave me alone.
I was trying to avoid this, damn it. And because we have foresight, we can see it coming.
We just put these headphones on, and when you see these headphones on, just
low me.
I love my AirPods because I'll pop them in, even in public. Nothing's playing.
Yeah,
nothing.
Talk to you.
And I just walk with a purpose, and people just leave me alone.
Now it's funny. No, Dex, you were gonna say something else
About which one?
because we accidentally you were gonna bring something up, but then you were talking about communicating, like something.
No, it's fine. This was
He was talking
good.
about the 10,000.
Flow.
He was talking about the 10,000.
Nah, we good. It flow because it's 11 right now. So.
Well, let's go ahead and wrap this up. You had the superhero question, right?
Oh yeah. All right. So.
Well, we got a
What's
little bit of time on.
Yeah. All right. So wrap it up with, what's your favorite superhero, and would you want his life?
So, my favorite superhero.
And it can be from anywhere. Anime.
So yeah, right.
Anywhere. Yeah.
So I like the powers, but the life is I don't know yet, but I like the ice dude from X-Men.
Iceman.
The ice dude from X-Men Last Stand.
Iceman.
That's his name?
Yeah.
I thought it was Frigidaire or something. Nah, I'm kidding. But yeah, him.
Frozone from
No.
The Incredibles.
No, not him.
Where's my
He's
super
he's actually
Bobby
rich.
Drake, man.
He's
yeah,
good.
Yeah, he's
But,
Bobby Drake.
Bobby from
Drake.
X-Men.
Yeah,
X-Men.
X-Men.
He's dope, cool, body full of ice, and he can slide here, slide there. But I like
sliders.
Right. Wow, that's crazy. But his life, as a kid, teenager, cool, yeah. Single, trying to figure out life with a girl or whatever, and your brother is like on the bad side. I fought my brother all the time, so it's beef there. But I love my brother too. But his life, not pretty much of an up or down, because he could control his powers. So
Makes sense.
yeah, I still fuck with him. Yeah, I like Bobby.
What about you, One Punch Man?
You gonna say Deadpool?
No.
We had this debate a long time ago. I was trying to figure out what superhero was closest. I swear I was Captain America. I was patriotic, all this stuff. But then I started debating with myself, and then like going back and forth.
Sure
and he was like, "I told you, Deadpool.
Yeah.
You're Deadpool." And so,
And then he literally had a fight with himself.
Yeah.
Like Deadpool would.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, some of those Deadpool shit you're
and
like, look
I
at you,
was debating it because I was literally debating it. And here's the worst part: he's seen it. Everybody's seen me do this. I'll do this. All right, so you guys get to see this happen. I'll be like, I swear, I'm not like Deadpool. Yes, you are, dude.
Literally,
Here's why you're like Deadpool. I'm not Deadpool. Look, Roman.
Yeah.
Here's why you're Deadpool.
And he calls himself Roman.
You talk to yourself constantly. You argue with yourself, and not just that. You are such a dick. I'm like, well, only to those who need to be that.
Right.
But did you see what I'm doing? I am changing directions.
Yeah, he does that.
Yeah.
I'm changing. I'm talking to me. Why am I changing directions?
True.
Because I am
Captain
mad.
America do that.
So I was like, I'm Deadpool apparently, but maybe I'm just nuts. But that's Deadpool. But I insult people. I love this humor, the sarcasm, and it's great. Like my kids constantly like, Dad, you look like you were stung by a really big bee, because how fat you've gotten. They'll say stuff like that. I'm like, that was hurtful. You look like Justin Bieber right now. Well, at least he's rich and young. I'm like, go screw yourself. So, but
yeah, they actually do talk to themselves.
Yeah.
It's actually quite funny.
But
great family.
Superhero, man, I don't know enough about superheroes to really pick one. The ones I do know, if I had to be any, I would have to say, honestly, probably if I had to pick one, it would be Captain America.
Yeah.
Wow.
The reason being is because he doesn't have to go fight crime. He doesn't have to do all these things. He's a good person for the sake of being a good person. Figuring after everything was all said and done, he went back in time and just lived a normal life. I don't want I don't want to live the rich and lifestyle like Tony Stark did. Even though he could have given it up, I don't want to live that life. Like I don't want to be in the spotlight. Like if I had to live like them, I don't want to live like that. I don't want to be Bruce Banner and deal with the Hulk.
No, you can't even freaking bust a nut without freaking
killing somebody.
No.
So
as soon as you're getting there, I was like, I can't bust a nut.
Like I wouldn't want to be the Invisible Man. I wouldn't want to be the Flash. I wouldn't like these things. Like so it's like if I had to be
Flash is a pretty normal life though. But
the problem with the Flash is you got to eat constantly because the metabolism is so high. So think about the amount of money you're gonna be spending on. So I guess you could just
steal it, but then that makes Flash.
So it's like if I had to pick anybody, if I would be, I mean, and I'm trying to think like X-Men type characters. Like what would I like? I'm like something that might be like useful. Like if I had to be like somebody like, but there's nobody's lives there that I would try. To me, I'm so also very old fashioned the way I think and do things. Captain America is just like right there. I got so angry the other day at Home Depot because I was like, hey, I had to hang a door for my mother, an exterior door, so we bought the door and all this other stuff, and I want to pay, and you get a military discount. I'm like, I got military, like you got to use the app. Now I left my phone in the car. I was like, but can you guys just scan it? And they're like,
old school.
And here's the thing. They're like, no, we can't do that anymore. You have to use the app. I'm like, what if I'm an old guy who doesn't have a smartphone? I'm like, all right. So I went and I got my phone. I came in, and then I'm like, okay, get into the app. Oh, nope. Before I can get in the app, I have to get a verification code. So now I have to get a verification. I have to go into this email, find this verification code, get it, then pull it up, and then I have to find the military thing, and then it takes forever to connect. 10%. Finally, I bitched enough for this guy to go, I can just do it for you, whatever. He scares this thing. I'm like, why couldn't you do it to begin with?
Are you kidding me?
I got so mad at the technology. Like you guys are talking about this red person or some of the other things. I'm like Captain America sometimes. He understands that one lady you're talking about, red something.
Yeah.
But like,
I'm saying that's what Captain America.
Yeah. He's like, remember like in the one movie, he's like something about flying monkeys. Like, I get that reference.
Yeah, I got that reference.
That's me. Like, I don't get what you guys are talking about.
I understand that reference.
Well, you're still worthy enough to pick up the hammer. At least you didn't freak out. Yeah, steal it thing. So you're worthy. What about yourself?
For me,
Mr. Robinson.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
John Wick.
I wouldn't choose. No, I would not choose none of these people's lives. I mean, Spider-Man's my favorite superhero. Yeah, I'm good. Because, like, unfortunately, the truth is, most of the superheroes, they do have like traumatic stories.
Yeah.
Like, the only one who doesn't really have a traumatic story is maybe like Black Panther or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Reed Richards. Don't really have traumatic stories like that. You know what I'm saying? Black Panther's story is not traumatic. He's a king of a nation.
Yeah.
His dad just happened to die.
Oh, he got clapped.
Yeah, his dad died, but everybody's dad is gonna die. It's not that big of a deal. You still got your mom. Like, compared to other superheroes, bro, you got your mom. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then some people are like, oh, I want to be Superman. It's like, you don't want to live that long. Lois died. Everybody died. Superman's still alive. Like, you want to fall in love 9 times and watch that person die? Like, are you crazy? No.
Yeah.
Don't you want to be Goku? Hell no.
Oh.
These freaking dudes are blowing up planets? Bro, are you crazy? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? One Punch Man, giant dinosaurs?
So this whole setup was you had to choose one. He goes, I'm not
going to pick one.
No, I asked 2 questions. I said, who's your favorite superhero and would you want your life?
Oh, no.
I'm saying Spider-Man's my favorite
I was under
superhero.
the impression, and I guess that's going back to communication
Yeah.
and comprehension.
Yeah.
I was under the impression that if you like this superhero, you have to agree with this.
You would have to live their lifestyle.
Yeah, I thought so.
That's what I thought. I'm like, but personally, that's the thing.
Threw that curveball.
Well, if that is the case, then even though Tony Stark is not one of my favorite superheroes, I would pick Tony Stark because he's different from Batman. Batman has more money, right? But he's different from Batman in the sense that everyone knows who he is and what he's about. He doesn't have to hide. His body is not, destroyed in a sense, because while he did lose a little heart or he had his chest, he fixed it. He replaced it so he can function as a human being and be good. Batman's body is completely destroyed. He was only Batman for like 10 years. A lot of people don't know that. He wasn't Batman forever. He got older, like 50 something, and then freaking Terry McGinnis.
Young dude, yeah.
Yeah, Terry McGinnis became Batman.
They need to make that movie.
Oh,
That's a movie that I would like to watch.
Yeah, Batman Beyond was
yeah.
the sugar on the ice.
I still watch
No
it today
cap.
on HBO Max.
Oh, facts? Yeah, I love Terry
They need to
McGinnis.
pay for it.
Yeah, he was a great Batman. But I mean, yeah, I'd probably pick somebody like Tony Stark.
But that's not
or
fair.
T'Challa.
That's not fair.
Why?
Because he's not your favorite character. One, and that's not like that's not cool. That's
Well, no, he asked what superhero would you. Here's what I thought. Again, communication.
Yeah, that's exactly what I asked.
And I think what's your favorite
Would you
superhero?
choose his lifestyle?
Yeah, you say what's your favorite superhero? Would you choose like if I had to choose like listen, my favorite superhero? Yeah, it probably would still be Captain America.
Yeah.
But like and choose his lifestyle, it would be him. But if I had to choose, like, who's your favorite superhero? John Wick.
Yeah.
Would I live his lifestyle? No.
Hell no.
I would rather because why?
Is he a superhero?
Because that's
Hell yeah, bro. You killed 400 people in 2 nights. Yeah.
is that a
superhero.
superhero?
yeah.
If you can,
Come on, is he a
The world-
superhero?
Everybody in the world knows who he is. Everybody knows who John Wick is. He's a superhero.
no, he's not a superhero. He's a guy you call the killer fucking superhero.
And that's the thing. It's like I would be that guy. I would want his abilities,
I ain't gonna
just
lie.
not live his life.
John Wick outside of like having powers and stuff. Yeah, I would definitely take that
Because that's also
But
grounded in reality, like more reality than anything else.
I would
'Cause
actually prefer Thomas Shelby from Peaky Blinders.
Okay, so if we're gonna make this like human life,
you can't be
definitely
Thomas
take
I
Shelby.
would.
Shelby.
You can't be
probably-
Speak like you're from England, love.
I would be like Jeff Bezos.
Wait, hold on, whoa. Do that again?
What are you talking about, bro? You talking about you want me to talk like England? Like there's not multiple parts of England. You think only the white accent from England is the English? No, I speak pure English, bro. Pure peace, bro. I'm tweaking.
And I'm sitting across
Inner
the
city England. You
You see
forget.
how he's freaking speaking?
Yeah, bro.
It's
like a proper British
You
man.
don't speak like you're from England, bro.
No, I'm
you
not
sound like you just came from Jamaica, and you're trying to add a Jamaican accent in there. And I
No,
can't
bro.
do Jamaican with
I was
English.
born right here in England, bro. Cambridge town, bro. You
Bro,
know what you're talking about.
I'm a top
Mike,
boy.
Mike,
Who's
listen,
man?
listen, Mike. Listen, Mike. I'm not quite sure which English accent you're supposed to be.
Yeah, it's
not one-
Englishmen from the hood, bro.
Yeah,
Good
I
music,
like 007 too. Yeah, I like
007?
Yeah, I love
I ain't gonna lie, James Bond used to be that guy.
Nah,
So
I'm
John
talking
Wick
about
showed
the
up.
new one too.
Yeah.
He's dope.
Who's the new 007?
Oh shit! Come on.
The same guy from Casino
Nah.
Royale? Daniel Craig?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my dog.
Yeah.
He cool. He cool too.
He's dope.
I would have to be George Clooney. I would have I would pick John Wick over all these just
Not Liam Neeson. He's a badass.
listen.
Taken?
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
He is. John Wick's better than him.
Let me tell you something. He goes around saying America needs to take away all the guns.
Oh well, I'm talking about the movie.
Yeah,
Okay, I
look,
see what you're saying. I see what
I'm
you're
gonna tell you why John Wick's better than. If they ask a question, who would you pick?
Denzel
Robert. What's his name? Crap, now I forgot his name.
from
Robert
Equalizer.
McCall, right? Or Frank McCall versus John Wick. A lot of people say Equalizer. I'm like, bro, you don't understand. In the 2 movies he's had, he's killed 9 people. John Wick killed 136 people on the first movie.
I like the Dragon
The
Ball
second movie he got up to
Yeah, that's
400. You out of your mind.
And this guy,
Bro, they showed it. They did a kill count, bro.
dude, and not just that. Look, I want you to think
But
about
these are trained assassins. McCall is fighting regular guys. He's not fighting regular
Nah,
guys.
that makes
listen.
He's not fighting regular dudes.
Let me break this down too. John Wick within the second movie,
Mhm.
he goes into the antique gun place, takes apart guns to put together a freaking gun for one shot. Shoots the one dude. Then they're throwing knives.
That was the third movie. Yeah,
that was the third one.
dope.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. That was the third one. Okay,
He
so
found which one fit, bro. Yeah,
broke it down
that
with
was
this.
crazy.
These were single action revolvers. I mean, this guy, it literally killed dudes with a pencil. Who fucking does that?
That's what I said.
So I mean, like, he literally like
The things you've heard about him, if anything, are what you're down.
And
Yeah.
the dope thing is,
he
background
crossed
of that,
the
he's, like,
desert.
trained that stuff.
Yeah, facts. He's a legend, bro.
He's like trained to do that stuff. It's not like a
Oh,
stuff.
you mean as like Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
He actually
He
can do
trained.
it.
And that's
He
dope.
trained with Terran Tactical.
He actually,
Yeah.
the way that he holds his gun, he actually invented that for the movie. I've actually tried to shoot like that, And the crazy thing is, it actually does help with target transaction because everything is so tight.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty cool. The only issue is it's not as easy to see through the sight, so you would have to point shoot the entire
Did you hear?
time.
Did you hear when they talked about some of the things he did? Like when he's going around, when he goes around, he does anything, he'll punch out hard, or whatever.
Yeah.
They did that just simply for the movie, so
Yeah, of course.
just because it looks cool.
Yeah,
It has no real practical application and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't care. I'll let it go. This dude took on literally like
Ninjas.
like in
He fought
the
ninjas.
fourth movie alone, that house with the, you talking the dragon breath, that,
Oh, hell
that
yeah.
whole scene,
whole,
the whole house going up those steps,
Yeah,
fighting
that
all
was
these. I mean, like,
badass, bro.
you know what stamina you need for that?
oh my god, that's what I was
Dude.
like. Yeah, that's like
Because you're
My hand-
fighting, you're
my hand
blocking, you're
hurts
deflecting.
after shooting like 300-400 bullets. Like you
Yeah.
start to feel it. So
your grip starts to
Yeah.
hurt. You got your hand starts to cramp. Like
you
it
get
just.
that bite if it doesn't have that curve underneath the hand guard or the trigger guard. It's,
I mean, it's a John Wick. If I had to choose anybody, it would be him.
I'm still taking Tom Shelby.
But I am not.
I ain't living his life.
You want to live like Thomas Shelby?
He has his family with him. His
His
brothers are
his
with him. He has
kids-
a
His
business.
kids die. His brother.
What?
Yeah, you haven't seen the fourth movie?
His kid
The fourth,
died?
his daughter, the one daughter.
She died.
Yeah,
Bastard.
his first love dies. Remember, she gets
Who
killed.
is he from?
Race. Oh, from Peaky Blinders.
Yeah. Yeah, like
The Peaky
he-
fucking blind.
Peaky fucking.
Arthur's
blinders.
actually my favorite character.
But like you see all these things, like, you know, his brother dies.
John
He's betrayed
died,
constantly by his half brother person, whatever.
Yeah.
You see, he's always like in some kind of weird fight with something. Like, yeah, he's
He
gonna fight
makes
with
it
the
up.
life. Yeah, I mean, he does, but he loses so much.
But he gains.
But he things are the things that
You have to
lo-
lose to gain.
Yeah, but like
That's a lot.
but
That's a lot to live with.
but to lose, like I said,
It's
like
like Superman.
like he asked for example his daughter, like when she was sick, and he would give up everything. He would give up everything to save her,
Yeah.
but he couldn't.
Yeah. That's life, man.
You know,
Paul died. His arm. I mean, yeah, but you know, at the end of the
It's
day,
one thing-
John Wick lost the only thing he cared about. Thomas Shelby still has people he cares about. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I take it.
No.
I'm gonna lose family member regardless, but you know.
I would personally not want to live any of their
Oh,
lives.
you saw
Nah.
that part right here? Because I pulled the rapper thing
Yeah.
off. It came up.
You pull it off too soon.
No way.
Yeah, you need to pull it off when it's about maybe a.
Is that what did that?
Yeah, you got, if you let the rap, you
It
let,
was like touching it.
it was touching the rapper, the heat.
Yeah.
Was it?
It was like I pulled it off. Let me flip it back over and give you what it was.
Well, it should have been this one here, but I got you.
Oh, yeah, it is that one. Oh, yeah, I can see it's on there right here. So the heat would have helped it to release more?
Yeah, because it's So yeah,
Okay,
you need to get a
I
little
found it.
closer. Yeah,
All right.
so because then the heat causes the glue.
To break apart.
Yeah.
Smart.
So there we go. So
Well,
Thomas Shelby,
Yeah. Bobby.
you're Bobby.
Bobby, Ice Dude.
I would be John Wick. But if we're talking about having to live their lives, I would be
John
Captain
Wick has
America.
a very lonely life.
I would be Captain
Yeah,
America.
Bobby is
Taking
pretty
Iron
sad.
Man.
But if I had to choose their life,
I don't even like
I'll
Iron
Hey,
pick
you know
Casey.
what?
I don't even like it.
Hey, you know what?
What?
I'm gonna change one little thing.
What's
I'm
that?
gonna change it. I would want to be Mr. Incredible.
Okay,
Mr. Incredible.
Yeah, I know Mr.
He
Incredible.
has his family. They're all superheroes. He
That's
has a
true.
good house, good car, good
That's
whatever, like
true.
something like that. And yeah, they're doing it together.
And his best friend's black.
Yeah. Frozone.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
I'll be
And
Frozo.
you can be like,
Yeah.
and you
But
can
I'm changing my life though.
be like, where's
Ain't nobody
my,
talking to me like that.
where's my
Oh.
super suit? Why? It's for the greater good. I am the greatest good you're ever gonna get.
I said, oh hell. no. Talking about.
That's a good movie.
You know he got a black girl.
Well, did you hear how she sounded? Yeah.
But did she show up at all?
No, she's
yeah.
just a.
She's just a voice.
She was the from the Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah.
And the look he gives, like he breaks the fourth wall, looks at the camera like.
Yeah.
He was annoying.
Frozo was funny. It's a very interesting power set.
Yeah, his powers is better than Bobby. Bruh,
Bro, ain't no better ice user than Iceman. Bro.
come on.
He can make himself.
Ice.
Bro, Frozo
Yeah.
can't do that, bro.
Yeah.
What, bro? Do you?
Yeah, Bobby.
Bro!
I like Bobby.
You know, bro. Iceman is a problem, bro. He's like Sub-Zero on steroids. He could instantly freeze an entire room, bro. Like, no, bro. Remember the thing he did with the cops where he needed water? Bobby don't need water to do that.
Yeah.
Bobby don't need water. Bobby don't need no water to do that. He pulls it from the
Atmosphere.
Well,
Frozen pulls it from.
Remember, he tried to do it in the building that was on fire, and he couldn't. He's like, "There's no water in the air."
He pulls it from the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying?
But there was no, because they were in the building that was on fire. Frozen couldn't pull it from the atmosphere.
Correct, but Bobby can.
Yeah, but
I see what you're saying.
Frozen could, but he couldn't because in the atmosphere, there was no water because it was too hot.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So Frozen could.
Essentially, what he's saying is their power works similar.
Yeah.
I think Bobby has more mastery.
I think
Dude, Frozone stopped an entire freaking ocean from coming into a city.
Yeah.
Oh, he's talking.
He
Yeah.
feats like that on the
So
regular.
I'm just saying, Frozone could do it.
You know what the what are
Hold on,
they called?
hold on.
Sentinels?
Wait,
You know what a sentinel is?
Wait, hold on one second. Am I really rooting for the black guy?
Yeah,
You rooting for the black
yes.
guy?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Bobby was cool, but Frozen.
Bobby Drake he was one of my favorite superheroes for a while because like him and like
Yeah, I
Gambit,
know what the Sentinels are. That's the big robot.
yeah,
guys,
he messes those up.
So could
Freeze the whole
Frozone
thing.
possibly?
He probably could.
Frozone was doing it to
He had
that
trouble
one.
with that one robot though, which is essentially what all the Sentinels are. It's that robot
But
duplicated
but the thing is, what is that? What the Sentinels are?
yeah, the Sentinels were designed to hunt humans, so they already had defenses against like a regular mutant or like other mutants. So it's very difficult to take them down, bro. Like one Sentinel, like the whole team is fighting this thing. Right?
Yeah.
But then like later in the series, when they got more powerful, you could like one shot one. Like Storm sometimes could like take one out with a lightning because she's pretty damn powerful.
Because remember, in the Incredibles, the big ground machine guys.
The Underminer.
Not the Underminer, but like the big machine dudes.
The
that,
circle one.
The first movie. With remember, it went through several iterations of going against superheroes.
Correct.
And when they finally got to Mr. Incredible, he had to have his whole family fight it. So he was essentially
a Sentinel.
a Sentinel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
like
right.
a super.
It literally was a
Yeah.
Sentinel.
So
Oh well, no. It's written that it's spin-off family-wise from X-Men.
Yeah.
Is it?
Incredible? Yeah,
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Superhero world.
Kind of like a spin-off for kids, something more friendly, but because the X-Men cartoon wasn't kid-friendly enough.
Yeah, it was very adult.
I'll tell you what.
Very adult.
I would be Mr. Incredible because I swear that's me. That feels like me sometimes.
He's very
But-
Captain America.
Because I'm like, when did they change math? When was it broken? Like that's me. Like in the second movie. Like,
Not to mention, I ain't gonna lie, he is pretty damn OP. Like he's like his stat, like he can't get poisoned. They're like paralyzed and all sorts of stuff. Like he's pretty damn powerful for that.
He's incredible.
series. Yeah.
yeah,
Not to mention, Mrs. Incredible.
yeah, she was Elastigirl.
Yeah, last one. Yeah,
Jack is the most fun one though. He's got everything.
He got everything. I don't know.
Jack.
Who's his
I like
dad?
Dash was my favorite.
Who's his dad? Because he. I'm raising questions.
Well, Dash is fast. His dad's not. I mean, his dad is fast, but not that fast. Then you have what's
Invisible?
Violet. Yeah, she can make force fields.
She's
too.
OP too. She's on some Susan Storm.
I could understand Dash because he has the blonde hair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That the blonde and cartoons.
blonde.
But everybody else, your daughter has like jet black hair, big eyes.
Well, hold on, wait.
Who's your dad?
Look at my oldest daughter. She's got like almost black hair. Darby and I do not.
You never had you didn't have black hair?
Huh?
Kind of got black.
Yeah, it's damn near black. You
I
see?
thought she was like a brunette.
Brunette.
It's
She's a dark brunette.
very dark
A
brunette.
Floridian brunette.
Like very.
Because
Yeah.
it looks brown, but it's it looks dark, but it's really brown.
Yeah, but here's the thing is that her hair color is the same color as my older brother, which is almost black. So
Genetics.
It's genetics. It's in the family. So she looks a lot like my older brother, and I make jokes about that. I'm like, hey, honey, you want to tell me something?
That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
11:20.
Yeah, I guess we should wrap it up here. All
Thanks
right.
for having me, guys.
That was fun. I appreciate you coming out.
I
We'll do
think
this
I
more
was
often.
Yeah, I'll do it on time.
It's a
We'll do it on time.
I'll do it
Sure.
on time.
I enjoy doing these things, and it is fun. I know we all have lives, though.
Right.
Who has lives?
We do.
I want to mention something before you guys wrap it. Do you guys have a donation? Because these cigars and these drinks are not, I mean, it's affordable. You guys are doing the thing, but
Yeah,
do you
I throw
guys,
money all the
do you
time
guys
for
have
it.
a way where listeners could donate?
Yeah,
Or
you
like
can.
throw a
Oh, you
buck
know what?
or
That would be
Cash
cool.
App or something?
If they want us to smoke like a particular cigar, they could throw a donation or whatever. I don't know if you want to we're trying to monetize it, but I mean that's a good idea.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
no, that's not your goal.
well, I'm not gonna say
Yeah,
no.
who's gonna say
Yeah.
no? You know what I'm saying?
I'll have to figure out how
Let's
to.
create a Cash App for it. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I have
Send
to.
it to your Cash App.
I would have to.
Yeah, send it to a Cash App where they could throw and they say, hey, what about these cigars? And you guys could critique it. Because you guys were saying it tastes like a vanilla and all of that stuff. I think that was pretty. I don't smoke, so I'll be like, dang.
It takes a while to develop that. It took me years and years and years to develop it. But yeah, I mean,
that's not something you're opposed to.
no, I'm not opposed to it. If you guys want to donate, by all means, because the drinks and the cigars are it's funny. It's like this was about an $11 cigar, so it's not that expensive. But you know, if I provide the cigars for everybody here, that's you didn't have one, but let's say we have that would be $33, and we're smoking away $33. So and a little bit will help. Of course, I'll accept it. So thank you.
It's like how I feel with bullets and stuff. And I take people out and I let them shoot. I'm like, you can shoot. It's understand though. That was $100.
Yeah.
I know it went quick.
Yeah, it went quick.
You spend $100 at the range faster than you can spend $100 at Walmart. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yep. So, closing thoughts. Anything you want to throw out to anybody?
Run like Naruto.
Oh no, everything's blessed. Everything's straight. Thanks for having me.
No, that
No,
was
for
fun.
sure.
Definitely have to come
Appreciate
out
the
again.
refresh goes. Agua Puente. And while that's still good. And the second hand, I really appreciate the second hand. But it wasn't distasteful. It was not too strong. It wasn't too bold. It was definitely a smooth. Yeah.
Cigars is different, man. And that's why I looked at it. And that's why actually I drink CMOS, because CMOS is very good if you do smoke or anything like that. It helps to get the mucus out of your lungs or anything.
Well, you shouldn't be inhaling cigars to begin with.
Correct.
You should not be inhaling it in your lung at all. If you're wanting to help remove any flavors, best thing to do is before you start having a cigar, first thing is make sure it sounds weird, but make sure you rinse your mouth out using like water, kind of get that out. But also, if you want to brush your teeth, you can, because the food residual that's in your mouth will hold on to it.
Right.
Make sure also it's recommended. I don't do it, but it's recommended to spit often. That'll help. Also,
I do.
Also rinse with water periodically. But supposedly, citrus type drinks, so orange juice, stuff like that. People have said like taking like a small shot of lemon helps neutralize that cigar flavor.
Yeah, lemon cleans your palate.
And then brush your teeth. Obviously, pretty much when you're done, and use a mouthwash. Actually, of all things, you know what mouthwash seems to work really well? Glister works pretty dang gone well for that.
Glister for the win.
So
I'm using it because of the fluoride, but it's always been my favorite.
Well, fluoride's in just about
everything.
You gotta understand. Okay, so when people talk about, I don't want to get into this thing with the fluoride thing right now. That's a different video. I'll have to talk about fluoride in your water versus toothpaste. There are two different types of fluorides. But you're not supposed to be swallowing that stuff either.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes it happens, bro.
So like the amount that you would get is so negligible. It's not going to affect anything. Weird. Fluoride will make your teeth super, super hard, but make your bones really, really malleable. Yeah, it's so, yeah.
So the teeth will be hard, but they'll be easy to come out.
So, well, your bones
helps the dentist.
So, but yeah, so do stuff like that, and it'll help with cigar breath. Also, I do retrohale, so that means I'll pull it through my mouth and blow out of my nose. That will sometimes linger. If you don't want to have that, don't do retrohales.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to hear something, change the channel.
Yeah, don't do the retrohale. That'll help. So,
yeah.
But that really wasn't meant to be my parting thoughts. But hey, there you guys have it. Some tips. Dex. Dicks.
Be a good dad.
So yeah,
that's it.
All right.
Be a good dad.
Present.
Hey guys, thank you for checking us out. Hopefully you guys come back again. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, all that fun jazz. Donate, I guess.
If you're in Florida, book a class. We got one coming up on the 17th. By the time you see this video, it'll probably be already passed.
No, I'm okay. Look, I am gonna have videos out if we record every week, there will be a video out every week.
Oh, okay.
Every week. It doesn't take me long to edit these videos.
No shade, just likes.
Yep.
And that's it.
All
Stay
right.
dapper and always dangerous.
Thank you guys.